my god. Oh. Okay. I just realized I'm an idiot. I've been talking for the whole time. I just realized I'm an idiot. Welcome to the stream. Okay. Let's try that again. So I clicked the go streaming button. My camera was on. I clicked the go streaming button, and I didn't hit go live. So, I was talking to no one for the past 15 minutes. That is... Wow. Yeah, so I hit go streaming. I didn't hit go live. I thought it was live. I did not hit the button, so I've been talking for the last 15 minutes to myself. So my apologies for that. I was calling the game, just no one could hear me. So that's embarrassing. But we should be good to go now. We should be good to go now. I had a really good touchdown call, too, for Cameron Wilkins Looper. I had a good touchdown call. Wow, that was... Whew, that is embarrassing. Of course, the one time I don't stream the start of the game, and it's good. Okay, so, as I was saying before on the stream where no one could hear me, as it's 2nd and 9, this is the last stream of the regular season. We're not doing any games week 10. In this case, Suka scrambles outside. He's gonna try and reset his feet and just gonna throw it away. 3rd and 9. Nice pressure there. Okay, so as I was saying before, and no one could hear me, obviously. Welcome to the stream. This is the last stream of the regular season. We're not doing any games week 10 because I have a new studio coming in, and we're moving starting next week. So this is the last time you're going to see this background, last time you're going to see the Jaguar stuff in the background, the couch and everything. Once we get the new studio, I will have a monitor, big monitor, really nice background. You guys are going to love it. Hopefully you guys love it. We have divided chat. I say some Let's Go Generals and Go Stars. Game is in 4K UHD, unlike the NBA Finals, which is in 720p, because ABC is well behind the times. 39, Cookus. Clean pocket. He's going to go deep. He's got a man, but it's a bit underthrown. But is there pass interference on the play? There is. There is pass interference. Call it on Paris Ford. Number 24 gives the Stars a first down. A bad throw by Cookus, but underthrown. They get bailed out there on the PI. All right, so I'll re-answer all the questions that I thought I answered before, but no one could hear me. Sunday football time. 2021 Jaguars play the 2022 Broncos in a game. What would the final score be? Well, Broncos would win. Final score probably 24-10 or 24-6. Look, the Jaguars had no talent that year. Both teams had terrible coaches. The Jags had no talent that year. Laquan Treadwell was their best receiver probably. Tavon Austin was getting good reps. It was that kind of season. Golden Knights this past few years are like the vibes of the late 90s, early 2000s D-backs team in terms of early expansion team success. I would agree with that. Just success right off the bat, making big moves. Not afraid to make big moves. It's been working out. Empty backfield, 1st and 10, ball at the 43-yard line. Cookus fires, out route. It is caught. Makes a man miss and down to the 34-yard line. So gain a 9 on the play. Catch there made by Corey Coleman, the former Brown, the former first-round pick. As I was saying on the Cameron Eccles Looper touchdown before anyone could hear, I think there was a kickoff return for a touchdown earlier in the season. So I think this is number 2. Cookus is going to keep himself on the RPO. Slides! Is that a flag? Late hit, yes, and there might be an ejection coming from that one too. That one on Paris Ford, the same guy that got called for the pass interference. A rough drive for Ford. We'll see if he even stays in this game. It's a first down for sure. After Cookus gets the first down, the RPO. We'll see if they call a penalty or we'll see if it's just 15 yards for unnecessary roughness, or if Ford will get ejected from this game, which would be a big blow to the Generals. Again, what's at stake? Stars, they win this game, first place in the North, 5-4, clinch it. Generals, they lose this game, they're out. They are 2-6. The other two teams in the North are 3-5, Michigan and Pittsburgh. They need to win this game to stay alive. Otherwise, they are dead in the water. So big game here. That's last time these teams met. You had an 8 field goal performance by Luis Aguilar as the Stars won 24-21. A great game. If this one lives up to the hype and lives up to that one, then we are good to go. And I'm really sorry I did not start the stream earlier. So in that kind of week, holy cow! Again, I hit the start streaming button. I did not hit the go live button. I saw my camera. I saw the screen. I thought everything was good to go, and I did not hit the button, which is a which is a bummer. So I had a good touchdown call too. Watch the latest JG9 video on the Browns-Bears game. That really was a decision that NBC Detroit would regret. Imagine the reaction to touchdown for saying, nah, that isn't close enough. Yeah, it was a, I found that video out about 1 o'clock in the morning. It was about 1 o'clock in the morning. So 4 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. Searching the topic, it was like, I found that story. I'm like, yeah, we're doing that. The crazy part about that is that if the programming director just said, look, we have a contractual obligation to show the Tigers game. We didn't want to cut away from the game, but we had to. We're contractually obligated to. Then that's one thing. But the fact that he said 10-point game, yeah, it's too much of a blowout. Like, come on. Then again, this is the same NBC Detroit affiliate that a few years before just forgot to show a game. They're going to say no penalty, so they rescind the penalty. There was no helmet-to-helmet contact there. They rush 4. Cookus has to spin out of trouble. Cookus, the most sacked quarterback in the USFL, has to make things happen himself. Gets a few yards there on the scramble. 2nd and 7. Good job by the Generals collapsing the pocket with 4. Like, I can't even imagine someone doing that today. Like, really? 10-point game with 8 minutes left. You're going to switch? Like, come on. That's way too close. Imagine if Evan did the same thing with Vikings Colts last year where there were 8 minutes or so in the 4th. Yeah, imagine if they just cut it off to show football live. Like, come on. What are we doing? This game will absolutely win the ratings compared to Red Sox Yankees on Sunday Baseball as long as you're watching. We'll single-handedly make the USFL increase viewership by a couple dozen. Yes, we will. The few, the proud, the many. They rush 4. Cookus. No one open. He's got to scramble. Just going to throw it a wobbler out of bounds. Intended target on the play, if you want to call it that, is Terry Wright. Cookus has had some time to throw. Just nothing's developing in the secondary. You got to credit New Jersey's secondary because there is nothing open. I will bring JJ out of the stream by using the super. Yeah, I had no idea what you guys were talking about. I realized, oh wait, I did not start the stream. That was yeah, I feel really bad the one time. It's been that kind of day. Here I am talking to myself. That's chaos theory. All right, 3rd and 9, empty backfield. They rush 3. Cookus gonna try to run himself for the first down. He's got it, and then some down to the 18-yard line. So the secondary is doing a good job making sure there's nothing available. The problem is that Cookus has been able to make stuff happen with his legs. He's already scrambled 3 times today. Has not completed a pass, but it hasn't mattered. That's a good block there by the center. Number 64. I don't have on my depth chart. I believe it's Khalil Keith. Could be wrong on that one, but do not have a 64 on my depth chart. The good thing with the NFL streams, we'll have actual depth charts. Where we will have the right players. 1st and 10, and Jersey is going to call their first timeout. They have 2 left, with 10-10 left in this ball game in the first quarter. So again, next week, no streams. Tomorrow we will have a JG9 video coming out, something Jeff Fisher related. We're doing a lot of coaching stuff lately. We're doing a video on... We did the Bud Grantic for Meal video, Sam Rutigliano video, Bruce Kaza video, all in the last week. We're doing a Jeff Fisher related video. If you like this video that came out today, I really like putting it together with the Bears-Browns 86 Detroit game. We have a broadcasting controversy video coming out later this week as well. Something Dolphins related, something radio related as well. Not as crazy as the IBM one. That was one of my all-time favorite videos that I put together, was the IBM simulated games. But it is a crazy story, to say the least. Do you think that the Diamondbacks are World Series contenders as they are tied for the best team? I've said it for the past few weeks. Yes, absolutely. They are one quality starting pitcher away and a closer away from doing it. The offense is great. They have speed on the base paths. Their defense, they're the best defensive team in baseball. The outfield speed for days, especially if Alec Thomas gets called back up. Rojas, Perdomo, Walker, infield, they're all playing at a gold level. Moreno is the best defensive catcher in the National League. He's thrown out runners 58% of the time. The next closest is around 36%. Handoff goes up the middle, getting a 5 on the play. Handoff there to Dexter Williams. So I really believe it. I really believe the D-backs are contenders. No one got to hear the call. My mind being torn as to whether or not JG Jag is wearing pants, like John Clayton in that SportsStar commercial. So I don't wear pants. I've never been a pants guy. I only wear shorts. That's the thing. I only wear shorts. Second 5, handoff up the middle. Gain of 5, good enough for a first down. Once again, it's Dexter Williams. So a nice response by the Stars after allowing a touchdown on the opening kickoff. I always look at it. Now, here's the thing. If I'm outdoors, like in the cold and whatnot, like for the Jaguars playoff games, yeah, I wore pants. But here's my philosophy. I don't care how cold it is outside. I can either freeze for 2 minutes outdoors walking to a place, or I can sweat in a 70-degree air-conditioned building and heated building. And I much rather prefer, yeah, I'll suffer for 2 minutes and then work it for 70 minutes. Or work it for the rest of the day. Like school, when I went to school, like high school in New York, unless it was below 0, I did not wear pants. Even if it was snowing, I was the guy that wore shorts. Handoff once again goes up the middle. Gain back 2 on the play. Obviously, Arizona, I do not wear that. But like North Carolina, where I went to school, and New York, no. But Arizona, no. Winter doesn't really get cold. I mean, there are times you can see your breath, but like the coldest it gets is like 40. It's not bad. Now, Flagstaff's different story. Phoenix, not so much. Handoff goes to the outside. Dexter Williams, nothing doing there. Again, the Stars are the worst rushing team in the USFL. Just something to keep in mind. 3 handoffs up the middle, and then they go to the side, and it does not work. There's 3rd and goal. We'll see what happens here. If there was a movie made about the 2021 Jags, who would play Urban Meyer, Trent Baalke, and Trevor Lawrence? Hemsworth would play Trevor. You just picture like a Thor-like character doing that. We have a timeout on the field. I think the Stars were the one that called it. 7:46 left in the first quarter. Urban Meyer, who would play him? Just find a random 50-year-old man in a bar. Trent Baalke, you have to have a clown play him. Krusty the Clown plays Trent Baalke. Rip couch, at least in streams, we're on to bigger meta things. Oh, I love this couch, but we're going to have an actual studio. And we're going to do a lot of preseason streams as well, just to get people accustomed to the NFL. No one else really streams preseason games. I know Grossi does Packers games, but I don't know anyone that does preseason games besides those games. So we'll do all the national games. We'll do some local games as well. Want to get some reps in with the NFL, get people like realizing that I do NFL streams, and then for the regular season we really ramp things up. We're going to have a lot of fun on those streams. So again, this is the last time you're seeing this background ever. This is the last time. After this is just for the archives, because I move out in a week, and I'm building the studio, and it's going to be insane. $2 from Weather Chart. Thank you so much. Remember the JG9 Subway Surfers channel. Fun time. I might repurpose that channel into like just a vlogs channel. I don't know, just to like post random stuff. But I might just do that for JG9 highlights. We'll see. That one's already got 1,000 subs. I haven't posted on that in like 2 years. But we'll see. That was a fun April Fool's prank. Or am I already played by Quagmire? Is there a tiebreaker in the USFL in case 2 or more teams are tied with the same record? They don't play an extra playoff game. They don't do that in football. The last time they did that in football was the 60s. It's been a while since we had that. Do you think that trade was as impactful as the AJ Brown trade? I don't know if it was as impactful. It was a big trade, but I don't think it was as impactful as AJ Brown. AJ Brown, that trade changed Jalen Hurts' entire trajectory. The next one, again, they are on fire. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Road trip, they won every game. It's crazy. Yeah, I have no respect for the Panthers fans after what happened. I think Vegas closed it out, and I hope Vegas closes it out. When you lose, you don't fight after the game, and you don't throw stuff on the ice. This is the last time you're going to have a home playoff game in all likelihood. 8 seed has a miraculous run, and you respond by throwing stuff on the ice. That's a terrible look. 3rd and goal. They rush 3. Cookus fires wide open on the drag route. It's a touchdown for Corey Coleman, the former Brown. Corey Coleman has scored a touchdown in Ohio. This is not a drill. Browns fans, your eyes are not deceiving you. Did I ask ChatGPT every NFL team's biggest upset win or loss? Let's try that. We must get JJ9's opinion on the A's sweeping the Milwaukee Brewers. I'm not surprised they won today because the A's had a lefty on the mound and the Brewers are hitting like 220 against lefties this season. I'm shocked about the sweep. I'm shocked they're 7-4 in the last 11. I said, what did I tell you earlier this week? What did I tell you? The A's are not the worst team in baseball. The extra point is good. What did I tell you? I said the Royals are way worse than the A's. The pitching is starting to come together. They have some bats. I'm not saying the A's are good by any means, but I did say they are not the worst team in baseball. The Kansas City Royals have nothing going for them. I've been proven right. My bank account has not been, but I've been proven right. Bank account's kind of taking a beating. But it's all good. It's all good. We got the Rays coming up, I think the streak stops tomorrow. Eflin on the mound for the Rays. Pitcher for the A's. Projected, I think he's got like an 8 ERA. He's not that good, but I think tomorrow is when the streak finally dies. But heck of a run that the A's are on. Heck of a run. All right, let's see. Yeah, just saw the home run to right center by Justin Turner. 372. Movie about the 96 Jags. Who plays Elway, Brunell, and Coughlin? I'm not really good with actors. I don't really know who. Probably what's to make it. We could do Herb Brooks. You could do Why am I blanking? Why the heck am I blanking? Kurt Russell. That's what I meant. Kurt Russell. The man who played Herb Brooks in Miracle. Kurt Russell. Who else? I don't know who else. JJ knew we have a Spanish language channel. Look, we get big enough and there's an audience. I mean, just dub everything over. Florida went from Darlings to the Spies quicker than the Astros and Browns, pretty much. Current World Series picks. I gotta go D-backs, and I gotta go Astros. D-backs, Astros. All right, let's ask ChatGPT. Let's do this. Can you please see the game? I am legally not allowed to show the game. I went to law school. I specialized in copyright law. I am legally not allowed to show this game. This game is on Fox, but I'm legally not allowed to show this game. We're going to be commentating this game and whatnot, but I'm legally not allowed to show this game. Okay. Alright, let's try this for ChatGPT. I'm going to do it for regular season only. So I'm not going to do postseason, because postseason I feel like you'd actually get answers, because there are Wikipedia articles on it. So let's start with the Patriots. The camera just went... Okay. Alright, it's not just me having technical difficulties. The camera just went out. Who I got in this game? I got Philly. Yeah, Fox did go black. Fox did just go black. So I think the kickoff went out to the 42-yard line, I want to say. Alright, let's see. ChatGPT, biggest regular season upset victory in the history of the Patriots. Let's see what we got. Biggest upset in regular season history. September 24th, 2001, when they beat the Rams 24-17. That did not happen. Play action. Screen pass. Final line first play from scrimmage for the Generals, and it's Cameron Eccles-Looper, the man who scored the touchdown. Yeah, it went black. It went black for a second. We're back now. We're back. Yeah, 5 on the play. So the biggest regular season upset for the Patriots against the Rams, September 24th, 2001, when they beat the Rams 24-17. That did not happen. They did not play a game on September 24th. They played the Rams in the regular season, and they lost that game 24-17. So that's not a So that's wrong. Biggest regular season upset in the history of the New York Jets. Alright, regular season upset for the Jets. They gave me Super Bowl III. Alright, for the Jets, they gave me an actual game. They gave me Monday Night Miracle. Which, okay, I can live with that. I can live with that. It's not really a huge upset, but who did I win the College World Series? Florida. Florida. That handoff got 3 yards, so 3rd and 2, ball at the 48-yard line. Here we go. DeAndre Johnson fires. He's got his man in the flat, and he's got some space to run. It's Wes Saxton. It is Wes Saxton. Good enough for a first down. I think Birmingham's win today. I think Birmingham's the best team in the USFL. I think Alex Mago's the MVP. I don't think anyone's close to him right now. I think Alex Mago's the MVP. Which I'm happy for him. Former Jaguar, I'm happy for him. The Generals get into Philly territory. The 39-yard line. First down. Johnson in the backfield is going to hand it off. He's got some room. Down to the 30-yard line. It's Darius Victor. Yeah, biggest regular season upset in franchise history for every team. Okay, so for the Jets, it gave me Monday Night Miracle, which I can live with that. I can live with that. I guess considering how far back they were, I can live with that. Biggest regular season upset for the Buffalo Bills. Let's see. September 6, 1992 against the Raiders. They did not play the Raiders. Handoff up the middle goes to Victor once again, gets the first down. Generals again the best rushing team in the USFL. They did not play the Rams. They didn't play the Raiders that day. They played the Rams. They won 40-7. This one's telling me, ChatGPT is telling me the Bills beat the Raiders on September 6, 1992, 38-17. Which is not true. The funny part is, in 1992, they played the Raiders and they lost 20-3. First out the 24-yard line. Handoff once again up the middle. Goes to Victor. Whereas if I did postseason upset, there are Wikipedia articles on it. It's not as fun. All right, Miami Dolphins, biggest regular season upset. Work your magic. We have 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Both teams scored a touchdown their opening drives. Philly scored, and New Jersey scored on the first play, kickoff. Dolphins, biggest regular season upset. Oh, it gave me an actual one. It gave me the game against the Bears. It gave me a game against the Bears. How about that? Actual game. 2nd and 6, ball at the 22-yard line. Play action. Johnson fires. He's got Saxton. Saxton breaks the tackle and down at the 19-yard line. 3rd and 3 coming up. Nice. Can we do postseason games? Yeah. I think the thing with postseason games is that we're going to get actual, we're going to get actual Wikipedia articles. We're going to get actual results, which is probably not going to be as fun. Like, you do regular season, it gives you games that never happened. So we can try that. 3rd and 3. Johnson gets the snap off with 3 seconds on the play clock. Fires. End zone! Incomplete miscommunication. Intended target on play was Victor. So 4th and 3 coming up. You have to figure they're going to try a field goal. Nick Skibby going to try the field goal. Our biggest... Okay, gave me the Super Bowl 40... Okay, so Patriots gave me Super Bowl 36. Let's try the Bills. All right, so Patriots gave me 36. 37-yard kick is up. And is right down the middle. So the Generals get some points. 10-7, 2:40. 2:39 the play clock, or the game clock rather. Generals up by 3. Oops. Okay. Let's try the Bills. Biggest postseason upset win for the Bills. The comeback, okay. Actual game. Alright, Dolphins gave me epic in Miami, but they didn't win that game. So let's see a game that they won. Oh, give me Super Bowl 3! Oh, how lovely. Biggest upset win in Dolphins playoff history, Super Bowl 3. Yeah, because the Dolphins definitely played in Super Bowl 3. Wow. And it's funny, I type in the Jets, it gives me Super Bowl 3. So, alright, so far, the Dolphins gave me Super Bowl 3, which is terrible. AFC divisional round for the Colts against the Chiefs. Alright, I can live with that. What's up, Jaguar? If I can watch this soon, welcome to the stream, Amphibia. Glad to hear. We have a $10 from Michael Odell. Thank you so much. As always, hope you're well, brother. Sorry for the lower than usual donation. Oh, you don't have to apologize for that. Just the fact you're donating is amazing. Thank you so much, Michael. Thank you. We all want to was Frank who messed up this week. It was Frank. We can blame Frank for it. What do you think has more staying power? XFL or USFL? I think XFL. Look, they only lost $60 million. That's phenomenal. I thought, you think startup league, they're going to lose $100, $200 million? They lost $60 million year one. That's really good. Honestly, that's a great number. That's way lower than I thought. They're having a season 2. They're in it for the long haul. The ratings were fine, despite all the problems that the XFL had in terms of the whole Vegas situation, the whole TV situation, no marketing budget. It all worked out. USFL's in trouble. USFL, there's not a lot of hype. There's not a lot of buzz. The ratings are not where they should be. They're trying to promote their best, and it's just not working. I'm not sure the USFL's losing way less money. Year one, the whole point of the hub model was to not lose money. But that's within one city. 4 different cities, I don't know how you're making money. I don't know how you're doing that. I don't know how you're doing that. With 4 different cities, it's the same amount of travel, but less hype, no attendance. I love your NFL videos. I'd love to see one of Heisman Trophy winners who were total dreadless. Thank you so much. I mean, Spurrier played a decade in the NFL. He wasn't really a huge bust. I don't know how much the USFL's lost. They keep their finances under wraps. Why the Vikings lose Cook? Too much money. Who I think gets him? I think the Bucks. All right, kickoff. Fielded at the 10-yard line to the 20. 25 up the middle to the 30. Breaks a tackle. 35. Jukes 40. And down at the 46-yard line. So Philly's going to have some pretty good field position on their own 46-yard line. Terry Wright on the return. Again, the Stars had a touchdown on their first drive. See what they do here. Yeah, 2 hub cities would have made sense. 4 hub cities, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. All right, biggest postseason upset in Jaguars history. If it doesn't give me 96, we riot. Biggest postseason upset. Okay, Broncos 96. Titans, let's see what they give. Probably Music City Miracle. Oh, alright. It gave me something bizarre. Handoff up the middle, goes to Dexter Williams. To midfield, gain of 4. Alright, get ready for this. Biggest postseason upset in Titans history. January 8th, 2000 in the divisional round against the Kansas City Chiefs. There was no game on January 8th, 2000. They did not play the Chiefs. The top-seeded Chiefs. Oh, it said that was the game when the Music City Miracle happened. So the Music City Miracle happened on January 8th, 2000 against the Chiefs. Makes total sense. 2nd and 6. Out route. It is caught. First down and then some. Catch there made by number 14, Marcus Green. Got a lot of green on that one. For the Colts, it gave me KC in 2003 playoffs, which I can live with. It's not my pick. It's not my pick at all. I would have done with the I would have done the game in 95, but at least gave me a game that existed. Again, we did this yesterday. Now we're doing it with ChatGPT. Play action. Cookus goes down. The most sacked quarterback in the league goes down. Brought down on the play there by Chris Orr. Second and 20 coming up. How does ChatGPT gets info? I think they just do like random Google searches. All right, Texans playoff upset. It's actually funny. They said they've not recorded an upset. I can live with that. So Texans gave me no answer. Steelers. Biggest upset. Super Bowl 43. Yeah, that was an upset. The Steelers were definitely not heavy favorites in that game. 2nd and 19 at the 49-yard line. That ball is caught. Corey Coleman breaks a tackle, spin move, gets that yardage back down to the 37-yard line. So 3rd and 7 coming up. $20 seconds left in the first quarter. We'll see if they get a playoff. They don't have to. And as things stand, 10-7 ball game. Philly, they win this game. First place locked up. Generals need to win or else they are eliminated from the playoffs. And they will not get a playoff, so we'll go to the second quarter with the score 10-7. Yeah, I'm just going division by division right now. So we're doing the AFC North. Yeah, Super Bowl 43, definitely not an upset. But they gave me that. Ravens, biggest playoff upset. Super Bowl 35. Wow, because that was definitely an upset. Definitely was not supposed to be a close game. All right, Browns have not had any significant postseason upsets. Okay. I mean, that's objectively wrong, but okay. Bengals. They played the heavily favored Houston Oilers in 1990 in the 1990 playoffs. Yeah. The heavily favored Oilers. The Bengals were favored by 3.5. Bengals favored by 3.5. That's not an upset. Biggest upset for the Broncos, Super Bowl 32. All right, that's a good answer. Chiefs. Super Bowl 4. All right, good answer. Raiders. What does it give me here? Super Bowl 18 against Washington. I can live with that. I can live with that. Probably not my pick, but I can live with it. Chargers. Let's see what it gives me here. Better be the 94 AFC Championship. AFC Divisional Round, the Epic in Miami. Alright, not my pick, but it gave me an actual game. That's good at least. Okay, NFC time. Giants. Super Bowl 42. Thank God. Eagles. Let's see what it gives me. Super Bowl 52. Alright, actual game. I wouldn't really call it a massive upset, but it gave me an actual game. Cowboys. Super Bowl 30. Not an upset. I would not call that an upset whatsoever. Everyone had the Cowboys win that game. Alright, the Commanders. Let's see what it gives me. Super Bowl 17 against Miami. I'm not really sure I call that a massive upset, but at least gave me an actual game. Gave me an actual game. Panthers. Let's see. Better give me a game from 03 or 2008. Oh, the NFC Championship in 2015. Yeah. Yeah, the upset win against the Cardinals. The 15-1 Panthers upsetting the Cardinals in the NFC Championship. That's the biggest upset. Are you actually kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? That's not an upset. The Panthers were favored. Oh, ChatGPT is so bad at this. Buccaneers, biggest postseason upset. Super Bowl 37. Definitely not an upset. Falcons. Let's see what it gives me. The championship against Green Bay. Green Bay's entire secondary was depleted. Atlanta was pretty big favorites for that one. Come on. ChatGPT is so bad at this. Saints, biggest postseason upset. Super Bowl 44. That's not... Half of these are not upsets. And then the other quarter are not games. Oh, look at that. The biggest postseason upset in Packers history. Get ready for this. Super Bowl 1. The Packers were heavy underdogs at Super Bowl 1. Yeah. Yeah, that's how I remember it. That's how everyone remembers it. 3rd and 7. Cook is empty backfield. They rush 4. He's going to do a QB draw. He's got the first down and then some. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. And down at the 8-yard line, Case Cookis has done a lot with his legs today as he picks up 29 yards and gets the first down. Case Cookis. He is cooking right now. How many rushing yards is that for him today already? $45 rushing yards. Yeah, the Packers' biggest upset was Super Bowl I. Of course it is. Bears, biggest upset. 1st and 10th and 9 is where they're going to mark it. Cookus fires slant route, almost intercepted. Almost picked up by Christian Tuppen. There's a flag on the play. Might be getting some interference here. So that was draped all over him on that slant route. I think it was intended for Corey Coleman on the slant. They are going to call this penalty on the Generals. It was Tutt on Coleman. It was within 5 yards, but yeah, he's got a whole lot of shoulder there. Got a whole lot of shoulder there. They're going to call that. So 1st and goal, redo the down at around the 6-yard line. It did not put the 98 NFC Championship. Bears, biggest upset win, Super Bowl 20. Yeah, the Bears were definitely heavy underdogs for that game. Cook is pressured, incomplete pass, 2nd and goal at the 5. Yeah, the Bears were huge underdogs against the Patriots in that Super Bowl. Huge underdogs. Vikings, biggest upset. There's a flag on this play as well. Once again, we have defensive holding. So Generals shoot themselves in the foot this drive with penalties, move it up to the 3. Vikings, biggest upset. All right, half credit. It gave me the Niners game in the 1987 playoffs, but it said it was the NFC Championship. Definitely was not the NFC Championship, but it did give me the Niners game. So, half credit. Lions, what you got? The Lions have faced significant challenges in postseason success over the years. I love ChatGPT. 1st and goal at the 2. Cookus, pressure, has to throw it out the back of the end zone to no one. Incomplete pass. Again, we did the upsets yesterday. We went down the line. I'm asking ChatGPT now what these are. But I love that the first line for the Lions, it says there's none. The Lions have faced significant challenges in postseason success over the years. I love it. Rams, okay, we got 4 teams left. Super Bowl 34, definitely not an upset. And there was a flag on this play. Is this intentional grounding? I mean, there was no one in the area, but I thought you could throw it out of the back of the end zone. There was no flag. How are the Saints doing 05 under normal circumstances? Probably middling around 500, like they were for most of the 2000s, the early 2000s. I thought the rule was you could throw it out of the back of the end zone, not get called for grounding. Because now it's 2nd goal at the 15. Am I mistaken on that? I really thought the rule was you can throw it out of the back of the end zone, there's no grounding. Play action, drag route, incomplete pass, dropped on the play by Ryan Izzo. The Eagles beat the Lions in the playoffs in 95. Did a whole video on that game. The comments made, we have another flag. Ineligible man downfield on the Stars. Moving back a bit. 5-yard penalty. This game has now become a flag fest. 4 straight plays with a flag. Oh, so you have to throw it in the general vicinity of the receiver. There was no one there. Okay, okay. That's why. There was no one there. 2nd and goal at the 20. Williams makes the grab, makes a few men miss, gets some of that yardage back down to the 14-yard line. So you can't just throw it out of the back of the end zone. So my apologies for that. My brain is just all out of sorts right now. 3rd and goal at the 14. And no flag on that play. How about that? It's a miracle. Cardinals' biggest upset was the NFC Championship against the Eagles, and not sure I would agree with that at all, but at least it's an actual game. Niners' biggest postseason upset. Watch it give me the catch. It's going to give me the catch. Oh, Super Bowl 3! Oh, yeah, Super Bowl 3. The Niners beat the Colts. Yes, of course. 3rd and goal. Flag on this play. We'll see what this is. Incomplete pass intended on the play for Devin Gray. Tried to make a one-handed grab. We'll see what this one is. All right, so that's 3 different teams that apparently have won Super Bowl 3. And the Niners beat the Colts in that game 20-17 on a touchdown pass by John Brody to Dick Witcher. This one is on the Generals. It's offside, so redo the down. 3rd and goal at the 9. McGregor knocking out the Heat's mascot. Hopefully he gets a hefty payday for that. That is straight up assault. Seahawks, biggest postseason upset. Super Bowl 48. Wow. All right, ChatGPT, you are useless. You are absolutely useless. So games either did not exist or were not upsets. There were very few that were... I was expecting it to give me 81 against Dallas. I was expecting it to give me that. It's not the biggest upset. I was expecting it to give me that. 3rd and goal, screen pass, it is dropped. Oh, man. This has been a crazy drive. United Super Bowl 3 against the Colts, even though both teams were in the same league, so that would not even be possible. So 4th and goal, send out Aguilar after a flag-fested drive. I already put the score, but we know Aguilar is going to hit this. I've not seen the new Spider-Verse, but I've heard phenomenal things about it. All right. Aguilar, 27-yard kick. Best kicker in the USFL. Again, remember the last time that they played, 8 for 8. Let's see what happens here. Bad snap. Kick is up, though, and it is good. 10-10. Both teams, touchdown on the first drive, field goals on the next drive. What was worst answer I gave? Oh, by far, the Niners winning Super Bowl 3. Followed by the Dolphins winning Super Bowl 3. And it gave me another team winning Super Bowl 3. There were 3 different teams it gave. The worst upset, it gave me the Bears being the Patriots and the Packers being the Chiefs. I'm not going to see the Flash now. No, I'm not saying the Flash. Biggest loss by team. All right, let's see. What is the biggest loss? Okay. Okay, I'm doing each team. I put it all in. Let's see. It's giving Super Bowls for a lot of these that they actually lost. And then it's giving me some blatantly wrong answers. So let's go through the wrong answers here. Let's go through the wrong answers it's giving me. The Dolphins lost Super Bowl 20. That's the biggest loss in Dolphins history when they lost Super Bowl 20. Which is also funny because the Patriots lost Super Bowl 20, so I don't know how that works. The Jets lost Super Bowl 3. The Jets lost to the Colts at Super Bowl 3, according to ChatGPT. Ravens lost to the Patriots in the wild card round in 2009. Obviously, that did not happen in real life. The biggest loss by the Bears was Super Bowl 20, so they somehow lost that game. Lions lost to Washington in the divisional round in 1991. Not the NFC Championship, it was the divisional round. The Buccaneers lost to the Rams 9-0 in the divisional round in 1979. Definitely not the NFC Championship. Yeah. So those are the answers. The biggest choke in the history of every biggest choke in the history of every NFL team. Let's see. Okay. Oh, we're getting some good answers for this one. I'm going to read these as that kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback. First attempt at the 25-yard line. All right. Everything I'm doing right now is on ChatGPT. Get ready for this nonsense. Ready? Biggest choke by every team. Buffalo Bills. Super Bowl 25. The Bills had a 25-point lead in the third quarter, but ultimately lost to the Giants 20-19. How does that make any sense? How does that make any sense? The Bills had a 25-point lead in the Super Bowl and lost 20-19. All right, 1st and 10 to 25 for the Generals. 10:56 left. It's like the Bills played at Super Bowl 51. Pass over the middle of that one. It's Kalki, and a 15, good for a first down. Catch there made by number 13, Alonzo Moore. Dolphins. The 1984 AFC Championship. The Dolphins were defeated by the Niners 38-16 in the AFC Championship after leading 10-7 at the half. How does that make sense? How did the Dolphins play the Niners in the AFC Championship? Okay, Patriots gave me the Super Bowl 42. It actually gave me a right answer for that one. 1st and 10. Handoff. Goes to the outside. It is Trey Williams. Williams gets tackled outside after a gain of 4. 2nd and 6. Scott Norwood's kick was so bad that subtracted 6 points. Jets. AFC Championship in 2010. The Jets fell to the Steelers 24-19 after leading 24-0 at halftime. Yeah, that's definitely how I remember that game. Okay, Ravens, the 2011 AFC Divisional against the Patriots. Which definitely was... It was the AFC Championship. Okay, the Bengals gave me the wildcard game against the Steelers, and it was factually correct. 2nd and 6. Johnson steps up, fires, going deep! And what an adjustment! What an adjustment made by number 82, Darryl Stewart Jr. What an adjustment made! That ball did not hit the ground. Low throw, but what an adjustment made. That's decent coverage, too, by Imani Dennis. That's a heck of an adjustment. He was touchdown at around the 13-yard line. What a huge gain there. 45-yard gain for the Generals, and they are in business. DeAndre Johnson, 5 for 6, 82 yards. That one a 43-yard gain. 1st and 10 to 13. Handoff goes to Williams. Williams at the 10, trying to bounce to the outside. Spin move down at the 9-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play. Eventually brought down by Stanford Samuels III. 2nd and 6 of the 9. And must-win game for the Generals. All right, so we did the Ravens. That was wrong. Bengals was right. Okay, Browns gave me the AFC Championship, the drive. Actual answer. Steelers gave me the divisional game against the Jaguars. I'm not sure that was a choke, but okay. Give me an actual game. Texans gave me an actual game. He gave me 24-0. It gave me that game. Wide receiver in motion. Johnson going to keep it himself. Johnson gets the first down and down at the 2-yard line. Gain a 7 on the play by Johnson. 1st and goal. And every drive has resulted in points. The Colts gave me the divisional game against the Chiefs from 2013, which was a wild card game, and the Colts did not choke that one. They came back. Jaguars gave me the AFC Championship against the Pats. Titans gave me Super Bowl 34. Broncos gave me Super Bowl 48. Chiefs gave me the divisional game against the Titans, which, okay, I think the wild card game against the Colts was bigger, but... And again, that was a wild card game, not a divisional game. Handoff up the middle goes to Trey Williams. Nothing doing there. 2nd and goal, back to the line of scrimmage he goes. So he gave me the divisional game against the Titans, not the wild card game. Raiders gave me the divisional game against the Broncos in 77, which was the AFC Championship, not the divisional game. The Chargers in the 2007 AFC Championship against the Patriots. They choked. They were blown out 21-12. Yeah, that's a blowout. I think the NBC Detroit guy was on that one. 2nd goal, Johnson going to try and keep it himself. He stumbles, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. So nothing doing there. 3rd and goal. Let's see if this is 4-down territory here. The Titans never had the lead even. That's the other thing. All right, Cowboys gave me the divisional game in 07 against the Giants. Giants gave me Super Bowl 35. Eagles gave me Super Bowl 15. Washington gave me Super Bowl 18. Bears gave me the 2010 NFC Championship. Lions gave me the wildcard game against Green Bay. Late touchdown pass. Okay. Packers gave me the NFC Championship against the Seahawks. 3rd and goal, pitch play. It's a halfback pass! It's a halfback pass! And it's a touchdown on the halfback pass. There's a flag on the play. We'll see if there was a man illegally downfield. As things stand, it's a touchdown. But we're going to see if this is going to stand. Offsides on the Stars is the indication. Penalty will be declined. Touchdown for the Generals. No one saw that coming. What a play call. What a play call. Last two runs were up the middle, so they decide, no, we're going to go to the outside. Everyone's bunched up, and it leaves Braden Bowman completely uncovered. A halfback pass with everyone bunched up. What a play. Darius Victor can do it with his legs, can do it with his arm as well, as Braden Bowman gets the Generals ahead. This is what I'm talking about. That play stands. Yeah, it's offsides on the Stars. Extra point coming up. 5 drives so far this game, 5 scoring drives. This week has been kind of a dud in the USFL. 3 games that were very uncompetitive. This one, not so much. This game is living up to the hype from last time. Again, the last time these teams met, walk-off field goal by Aguilar, 24-21. Holy cow. Holy cow. All right, let's see. Vikings gave me the NFC Championship from 98. Falcons gave me Super Bowl 51. Panthers gave me Super Bowl 50. Saints gave me the Minneapolis Miracle. Buccaneers gave me NFC Championship in 1979. I don't know how that's a joke, but yeah. Yeah, this is the game they've been looking for after some duds this week. What is it, everyone? Welcome to the stream, Jacob. Welcome to the stream. Looking at ChatGPT, biggest choke jobs. Rams, Super Bowl 53. Don't know how that's a choke job. Cardinals, Super Bowl 43 again. Niners, Super Bowl 47. You may never let in. Seahawks, Super Bowl 49. So it gave me some actual games, and they gave me some games that didn't exist, which is bizarre. Alright, so a 17-10 ball game. This has been a fun game to watch so far. And Cameron Eccles-Looper returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown. Case Cook is responded with a touchdown drive of his own, finding Corey Coleman in the end zone. Then the teams exchanged field goals. Yeah, Tampa lost 9-0, yeah. So I don't know how that's a choke. And then after both teams exchange field goals, the Generals drive right back down the field, and Darius Victor throws a halfback touchdown pass to Braden Bowman. You may not have streamed the rest of the Breaker Showboats game. I did watch it. Yeah, I did watch some of it. I wasn't able to watch all of it. Otherwise, I would have streamed it. My terrible voice and all, but it got out of hand very quickly, so I turned it off at halftime. It got out of hand very, very quickly, which I'm not surprised by. I'm not surprised by. Crazy, crazy stuff. I guess there will be more views on stream. How beautiful would Super Bowl 14 have looked with Oilers Bucks? Oh, the creamsicles against the Oiler Powder Blues. I mean, that would be the greatest uniform matchup. That'd be insane. That would be amazing to watch. All right, 17-10, kickoff. Turns at the 15-yard line, to the 30, to the 35, to the 40. Got to hope the middle, to the 45, and down at the 50-yard line. So he gets it to midfield. Terry Wright. 35-yard return, and the Generals defense get over their work cut out for them as the Stars are taking over at midfield. Yeah, Bucks were in the AFC West in 1976. So the Bucks were in the AFC West in 76 because the goal was 76 and 77. They have to play every team in the division, or every team once. No repeats, so you play the entire league once in a 2-year stretch. The USFL game will win the ratings for the Sunday Baseball thanks to us. One friends with JG, it's 10,000 subscribers. That is awesome. I'm so sorry that I haven't been able to put content on JG lately, but once this move is done, it's coming. I just have had no time on my hands with this move. It's been so stressful and everything. Hand up the middle, gain a 3. Gain a 3 on the play. Yeah, so the Buccaneers, the Buccaneers got the AFC West and they moved to the NFC Central because the goal was there are 28 teams in the league. You play 28 games over 2 years because it was 14 games a season back then. Cook is going deep, incomplete pass intended for Coleman, and a flag on the play for pass interference. Move it up another 15 yards. Pass interference called on Malcolm Dotson. And the idea was, okay, so you play 28 games. So you're going to have the Bucs and Seahawks play each other each season, and then you're going to play every team once. So that was the reason behind that. All right, let's see. ChatGPT and Mount Rushmore. Was 79 Bucs the biggest flash in the pan team ever? No, not at all. Because the Bucs then were good in 81 and 82. Biggest flash in the pan is the Jaguars. By far. By far, it's the Jaguars. It's not even close. First and 10, play action. Cookus. Going to scramble outside. Directing traffic. He's going to run himself to the 25 out of bounds to the 24-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play. You think they lose a similar thing? They're not going to go 33. They go 34. They go 34. Yes, 17 Jaguars are the biggest splash in the pan. Here's the Jaguars' record from 2011 on. 5-11, 2-14, 4-12, 3-13, 5-11, 3-13, 1 play away from the Super Bowl. 5-11, 6-10, 1-15, 3-14. If that's not flash in the pan, I don't know what is. Handoff. Down to the 16-yard line after a nice play there by Darnell Holland, his first grab, or his first carry. Yeah, I think it's because of color blindness. 98 Falcons were a flash in the pan, but to be fair to them, 97, that team was very good over the second half of the season. So it didn't come straight out of nowhere. The Jaguars came straight out of nowhere. But at least with 97 with the Falcons, they played well the second half of the season. And we're around 500. 99 Falcons, what were they, 4-12? I think they were 4-12. First and 10 at the 16-yard line. Cookus, play action. No, he fooled everyone there, except for the Generals' defensive line. Only about 2 yards there. It's funny, I don't know if that was an RPO or not, but it looked like he had the guy over the middle. He kept him himself. By the way, Holland gets the ball, gain of 2 on the play. Right, Falcons are 4-12 that season, right? I could be wrong. Let me check. 5-11. They were 5-11. 5-11. Give you Jordan Payton Banks and Dick. That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. 2nd and 9. Ball at the 14-yard line. We have some movement. Back them up 5. Yeah, 97 Falcons, but they were good the second half of the season. They were actually pretty good the second half of the season. Like, they started 1-7, and then they won 6 of their final 8. So I want to call them flash in the pan in that case. Nice, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for noticing. Thank you. Okay. So let's try to check with Mount Rushmore of Los Angeles sports. 2nd and 14 at the 20-yard line. Wide open is Coleman. And he jukes him out of his shoes. Not enough for the first down, but he does get that yardage back. 3rd and 2 at the 8. All right, Mount Rushmore of LA sports. Jackie Robinson is on there. Handoff up the middle to Holland, gets the first down, picks up 2. Yeah, Jackie Robinson, Mount Rushmore of LA sports. Definitely played for LA. I mean, Magic, Kobe, and Koufax. I don't get... Maybe UCLA, but it didn't give me UCLA. It said about it was 7 for the Dodgers. Handoff goes to Holly. Fumbles the ball. Cookus can't get it. The Generals have it. The Generals have it. Holly never in control. Cookus couldn't fall on it. And the Generals, with a huge red zone stop with 2:05 left, they get the ball back. First time today that either team has not scored on their drive. Holland lost control of that ball, was forced fumble by Bryson Young. Cookus couldn't get it, and instead the man who picks it up is Chris Orr, the linebacker. All right, Mount Rushmore of... Let's go New York sports. This will be interesting, because you can go a lot of different ways with this one. Mount Rushmore of New York sports. Babe Ruth, okay. Joe DiMaggio. Lawrence Taylor, Willis Reed. All right. Not what I would have gone with, but I can live with that. I can live with that. Boston sports. I mean, there's only one right answer here. Brady, yep. Larry Bird, yep. Bobby Orr. David Ortiz over Ted Williams and Bill Russell? Really? Okay. At least they give me an actual answer. Yeah, the not stats I want to know, that was hysterical. That was hysterical. Yeah, there was actually a New York Yankees football team. There was a Brooklyn Dodgers football team as well. Mount Rushmore of Phoenix sports. Let's see. Let's see. Steve Nash, Fitzgerald, okay, Randy Johnson, and Charles Barkley. All right, I can live with that. I can live with that. Shane Doan, honorable mention. Diana Taurasi, honorable mention. I can live with that. Nash, Fitzgerald, Johnson, Barkley. All right, ChatGPT's doing all right with that. ChatGPT, so far, Arizona, I can live with that. I can live with that. Seattle, Ken Griffey, Gary Payton, Sue Bird, and Steve Largent. Interesting list, but I can live with that. I can live with that. Mount Rushmore of, let's go Houston sports. Akeem Olajuwon, good call. Earl Campbell, good call. Nolan Ryan, good call. Jose Altuve. Okay. JJ Watt's not on there. Warren Moon's not on there. That's an interesting... I don't know if I put Altuve there over Watt, but... Okay. Dallas sports. Let's see. Roger Staubach. Dirk. Troy Aikman. And Emmitt Smith. Not the worst. Not the worst list I've seen. Let's go Nashville sports. Mount Rushmore of Nashville sports. First and 10. 2:05 left, ball at the 6-yard line. Final play before the 2-minute warning. Johnson. Going to hand it off. Gives it to Trey Williams. Down to the 10-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play. Takes the 2-minute warning. All right. Oh my goodness. You're not going to believe this list. You're not going to believe this list. You're not going to believe this. Steve McNair, Pekka Rinne, Eddie George. Those are the 3. I want you to guess who the 4th one is. Take a guess who the 4th one is. Steve McNair, Pekka Rinne, Eddie George. Guess the 4th. I'm gonna let it simmer in the chat while I do I do St. Louis sports. I want you to guess what the 4th one is. I promise you, you will never get it. All right, St. Louis, Stan Musial, Bob Gibson, Brett Hull, and Isaac Bruce over Pujols. Really? Okay. No, I said Pekka. Pekka's on there. AJ Brown, it's not him. Not Jeff Fisher. It's not Jeff Fisher. It's not AJ Brown. It's not Randy Moss. All right, DC Sports. We got John Riggins, Alex Ovechkin. We've got Walter Johnson, and we've got Wes Unseld. Okay, interesting list there. It's not Coughlin. It's not Tannehill. Pecorino is still too good right now. All right, so here's the fourth choice. Steve McNair. It's not Derrick Henry. It's not Curse. Steve McNair, Pecorino, Eddie George, Carrie Underwood. I am not making that up. While not an athlete, Carrie Underwood, a country music superstar, has become closely associated with Nashville sports. Since 2018, Underwood has been the voice behind the Sunday Night Football theme song, performing the iconic opening for the NFL games. Her contribution to sports entertainment and her connection to Nashville make her a notable figure in the city's sports culture. Carrie Underwood is on the Mount Rushmore of Nashville sports, according to ChatGPT. I told you were never going to get it. You were never going to get it. You were never going to get it. All right, 2nd and 6. Here we go. Johnson, back there, 4 wide. Quick little swing pass to Victor. Victor at the 10, Victor at the 15, breaks tackle at the 20. Does not get out of bounds. He gets to the 22-yard line, gets a 12, and gets the first down. All right, let's try Miami sports. Gotta do Marino. You gotta have Wade on there. Yeah, Marino's on there. That's good. Wade's on there. They're the first 2. Shula's on there. Okay. And Alonzo Mourning. Okay. Not terrible. One color standing. Jason Taylor is on that. Is honorable mention. Okay. I mean the entire state. Okay, I'll put that in. I think I might give college answers then. Their play action. It's a wide throw to the tight end Bowman, incomplete. So 127, 2nd and 10. All right, entire state. Mount Rushmore, Tennessee Pro Sports. All right, now let's do Tennessee Pro Sports. Peyton Manning. Yeah, because that's a professional football athlete. Eddie George, Steve McNair, and Pecorino. It's not what I meant by pro sports. What part of pro sports did I... What part of Peyton Manning? Atlanta. All right, let's do Atlanta after this play. 2nd and 10. They're going to hand it off to Victor. Interesting play call. It's going to kill a lot of clock. Only about 3 yards there. We'll see if the Stars call timeout. Try and get this ball back. This is bizarre. So the Stars are not going to call a timeout. The Generals are not going to push the ball down the field, but this is 3rd down. You get to stop here. You get the ball back. I'm not quite sure what Philly's doing. I'm not quite sure what anyone's doing right now. Why did Philly not call a timeout? You can literally get the ball back with... Oh, my goodness. Why did Philly let all that time get off the clock? You get the ball back if they don't get the first down here. And sure enough, Eccles-Looper does not get the first down. Good job, Philly. You wasted a minute. You wasted a minute that you could have gotten the ball back for. And now Philly calls a timeout. That's going to make a difference. You call a timeout after they run it on 2nd down, because if you get the stop on 3rd down, it means you have the ball with like 1:30 left. And now there's 37 seconds left. That makes no sense. All right, Atlanta sports, Hank Aaron, Chipper Jones, Dominique Wilkins, and Deion Sanders. All right, I can live with that. Denver sports. Let's see, John Elway. Makes sense. Joe Sakic, yep. Chauncey Billups. And Peter Forsberg. All right. Jokic is not on there. But, again, the cutoff, I think, for their knowledge is September 2021. Mount Rushmore of Kibbie Dome athletes. It's actually giving me Mount Rushmore. Jerry Kramer, Mark Schlereth, Mike Iupati, and Doug Nussmeier. It actually gave me a Mount Rushmore. You terrible time management. It made no sense. Call the timeout after 2nd down. All right, Louisiana sports. Let's see what it gives me. Drew Brees, yep. Archie Manning, Chris Paul, and Willie Roaf. Not terrible. Not sure he put Alvin Kamara as an honorable mention, according to ChatGPT, but yeah. Let's try Green Bay. Lombardi, Starr, Favre, and Rodgers. NFL draft bus. Let's try that. Mount Rushmore of NFL draft bus. Ryan Leaf, Jamarcus Russell, all right. Tony Mandrich, Brian Bosworth. I don't know if I put Bosworth as the 4th, but that's not a terrible Mount Rushmore. That's not terrible. Wait, Camino was an outdoor save at first? I did not know that. I did not know that. So 40 seconds left after some terrible clock management. The Stars are not going to have a lot of time. But Corey Coleman going to field this punt. First punt of the game by either team. There's a flag on the play coming out of the commercial break. Or not. I think the score bug was wrong. That's a punting here. Punt by Brock Miller. Fielded by Coleman. Or bounces before it hits Coleman at the 15. Coleman trying to make something happen at the 20. Coleman to the 25. Coleman's got room on the side. Coleman to the 30. Coleman to the 35. Coleman to the 40. Coleman to the 45. Coleman to the 50. Coleman to the 45. Stays in bounds out the 41-yard line. Only 14 yards of net. There was a flag on this play, though, so this might be coming back. I will say Corey Coleman has impressed me tremendously this season. I think he deserves a tryout in the NFL again. Because he is leagues above, I think, every other receiver in the USFL from what I've seen. He is really, really playing well. I think Corey Coleman's playing phenomenal football. There's a flag on this play, though. I'm just getting a charger for my second monitor. Again, I will not have this issue in the new studio because I will just have a desktop. And obviously, you don't need to charge a desktop. All right, let's see. So I criticized tremendously Philly's clock management at the end with the timeouts, but if that return stands, then we're good to go. It actually might work out. Corey Coleman was on the Giants as well for a bit. They take back the flag. So 1st and 10 at the 43. They took back the flag. No penalty. So a heck of a return by Coleman. But now there is a flag. False start. All right, so if I were doing Jets quarterback Mount Rushmore, it would be, if I were doing it, it'd be Namath, Todd, O'Brien, and Testaverde. Oh, no, Pennington. I put Pennington. Yeah, you could do Testaverde. You know, I do Testaverde. All right, Namath, Pennington, Ken O'Brien, and Testaverde. All right. And honorable mentions to Richard Todd. Verse 15. Goes to the outside. It's caught. Gets out of bounds. On the 42-yard line. Getting a 6 on the play. 18 seconds left. They still have a timeout. Glenn Foley. No Sanchez. Yeah, no. Catch on that last play made by Samuel Akam. I like Jaguar. Thank you so much, AJ Boye. You're gonna love the new studio. You're gonna love all the jerseys I got in that studio. I'll put it that way. Got running back Dexter Williams in motion. Empty backfield. They rush 4. Cookus. Gonna fire over the middle. It's caught by Coleman. Coleman, the 35. Coleman out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Nice awareness there by Coleman. They still have their timeout. Gain of 10 on the play. They were in field goal range for Luis Aguilar. He hit from 56 earlier in the season against the Generals. 11 seconds left. They have a timeout. They can use the middle of the field. That's great. That's a great job by Coleman on the drag route, getting open and then using his awareness to get out of bounds and get the first down. Cook has 74 passing yards. Coleman has 52 of them. 8 completions for Cook has 5 of them to Coleman. The rest of the team has 3 combined, with no one having more than 1 besides him. Empty backfield is in motion. Williams to the outside. Cookus. Going to try and step in the pocket. Can't take a sack. And he's going to run and slide down the 29-yard line. And now the Stars will call their final timeout with 6 seconds left. We'll see if they call a quick pass to try and get a bit closer. Because I'm not sure why you call the timeout with 6 seconds left, because you can always set up a kickoff return for a touchdown if this kick gets in with 1 second left. Either way, if they try the field goal here, 47-yard attempt for Aguilar to make it a 17-13 game going into the half. Philly gets the ball to start the second half, so they can double up here. We'll see what happens. And they are just going to send Aguilar out there right now. Again, if you're going to do that, why not call the timeout with 3 seconds left? Because this kick could theoretically go in with 1 second left, and New Jersey could get the ball and return it for a touchdown on the kickoff return. I would not take any chances. So I would just let it go down 3 seconds. Again, questionable clock management by Philly that entire final 2 minutes of the first half. Here we go. 46-yard attempt for the best kicker in the USFL. Kick is up, and it is right down the middle. But again, like I said, there's 1 second left. Time for Jersey to, I cannot speak. Potentially, I combine potentially and possibly. To possibly do something here. Again, that is why you don't do that. I think 35 was the first one in HD. I don't think 34 was in HD. I could be wrong. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think 34 was in HD. It was. Okay. Then yes, it was. All right. 1 second left. Kickoff. Again, I don't know why Philly called the timeout with 6 seconds left and not 3 seconds left. Just terrible clock management. And if this kick gets returned for a touchdown, there's going to be a lot of second guessing, and rightfully so. Yeah, they still do 720p, which is weird. NBA Finals, it's still 2023, and they're not doing it. Our kickoff is fielded to the 30, to the 35, to the 40, and down to the 42-yard line. Kickoff there. Marcus Green on the return. That takes us to the half. High-scoring game, a close game, do-or-die game for the Generals. 17-13. First Super Bowl in color to be with Super Bowl 1. Yep, every Super Bowl has been in color. Crazy, crazy half so far. Corey Coleman playing lights out. Darius Victor playing lights out. I assume this new Super Bowl in 4K look gorgeous. Those 4K cameras are just magnificent. It's crazy how good picture quality is now. It really is crazy. Blew my mind that we used to, I used to watch games in standard definition. And it looked fine. And now it's like, how did we ever do that? Rams lead with 49 seconds left. Yeah, hopefully they stop the Titans before they get to the goal line. And so we are at halftime right now. Here's what's coming up. We have a video that just dropped on JG9 earlier today. The video is about a broadcasting controversy involving NBC and the Browns-Bears game from 1986. So go check that out if you haven't already. It's a fun video that I put together about a broadcasting controversy. Video coming out tomorrow, something Jeff Fisher related, so just something to keep an eye out on. Jeff Fisher related video is dropping tomorrow. And then Purple Insider video, I don't know when that video is going to drop, but it should be dropping soon. So just something to keep an eye on. I'll obviously promote that when the time comes with that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Who is going to play in the World Series and who wins MVP? You have Marlins over Rays in 7. I mean, Marlins are playing phenomenal right now. I got D-backs right now. I got the D-backs. And I got, I guess I'll go Corbin Carroll. I guess I'll go Corbin Carroll. I have to be biased right now with how well they're playing. I have to be biased. They're playing phenomenal baseball right now. Just absolutely incredible baseball. I have no faults right now. They just need another starting pitcher and some help in the bullpen. That's all they need. Bats are fine. I don't want to mortgage the future. We don't need a whole lot. We really don't need a whole lot. This team really does not need a whole lot. Inter Miami, I mean, they still stink. They still have a lot of things to worry about. One player will not change. I mean, I like him better, don't get me wrong. I mean, Messi's phenomenal, but one player will not do that. How should I do music questions? All right, what questions do you have in mind? What questions do you have in mind? Yeah, Marlon's really good. Favorite Pink Floyd song? For me, it's Another Brick in the Wall. Problem is that as an AI language model, they don't have personal preferences or feelings. So, let me ask ChatGPT if they're a Swiftie. They don't have personal preferences or feelings. Yeah, ChatGPT doesn't really help with music questions. Wish You Were is a great song. Another Brick in the Wall's a classic, though. Again, in terms of what's coming up, again, this is the last regular season stream for the USFL this season. After this week, we're not doing any streams week 10 because I'm moving out. I'm starting that process. And it is going to be absolutely chaotic. You're going to... breaking news from Schefter. Barkley will not... Giants franchise running back Saquon Barkley confirmed that he will not be at his team's mandatory minicamp this week. Barkley still not signed his franchise tender. So, just some breaking news. Best Super Bowl that ended in 4 was definitely Super Bowl 34. Yeah. And 14 was great. 4 was not good. 24 was the worst one ever, maybe. 44 was great. 54 was great. But I gotta go 34. Best Super Bowl ended 1. 51. Yeah. I don't even think it's close. I don't know what other game you could even make an argument for. I don't even know. And then 2. 32 or 42? You can take your pick there. That one you can take your pick. 52 was also very good. 2 is a lot tougher. 3, 43, yeah, I give you that. 4 is 34. 5 is 25. 6 would be 36. 7 would be... Oh, there was 56 is up there. 7, I would say 47. 8, I'd say 38. 9, I would say 49. Best Super Bowl that starts in 4 and ends with 2. Super Bowl 402. As the Jaguars win their 97th Lombardi Trophy. Best Super Bowl ends in 57, yeah. 57, yep. Will I do the USFL playoffs and the championship? I gotta check. Schedule-wise, in terms of the move. Championship I should be good for. I should be good for the championship. We will do the championship. We will do that game. For the playoffs, up in the air. Yeah, I said 47. I totally forgot about 57. Yeah, 57 is the winner. 57 is the winner. Playoffs is up in the air. Because I'm still, like, this studio is going to take some time to get set up. For sure, we'll do the championship. We're doing the championship. But, I forgot to do best Super Bowl end in 0. I forgot to do that one. If they don't do Super Bowl 420 in Denver, they're making a giant mistake. Best Super Bowl end in 0. 30. Let's say 30. 30 was fun. 30 was a fun game. Worst Super Bowl 24. 24 was the worst. There was nothing competitive about that game. It's a massacre. At least 48 had Bruno Mars. You know, I'm counting like the whole experience. When it gets to awful games like that, oh man, my charger fell out again. When it gets to awful games like that, you count the whole experience, and that's really the difference. Is the whole experience. When it gets to when you're debating between some terrible games like 20 and 24 and 48, stuff like that, 55. Like 24 was just terrible on so many levels. Like I can't imagine if I was an NFL fan, I'd be ticked off with the whole postseason that year. 48 was Broncos against Seahawks. I'd be ticked off. The AFC Championship was a dud. The NFC Championship was a dud. The Super Bowl was a dud. I would just be furious. Like, that's a terrible ending to the season. Shame, because 89 actually had some pretty good moments, some pretty good parodies. There's some great stories from that 1989 season. But the playoffs were just so bad. The start of it was fine. The start of it, you had Bills-Browns, you had the Giants-Rams game, but the ending was terrible. Just terrible. It's a real shame. It's a real shame. It's really divisional round, wildcard round, both very good in 89. And then it just ended on a dud with the conference championships and the Super Bowl. Just a complete dud. All right, we're about to get underway. Stars getting the ball on this kickoff. 17-13 again. The Stars clinch first place in the North with a win. Generals are eliminated with a loss. If the Generals win this game, they're tied with tied with Memphis. Well, I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. Michigan, that's what I meant to say. Michigan and Pittsburgh, they're tied with them at 3 and 6, and one of them is making the playoffs. We will see a team with a losing record in the playoffs. That is guaranteed. Just like in the XFL. Kickoff at the 20, and here we go. Terry Wright back there to return. He fields it at the 15-yard line. To the 25, to the 35. Tries to make a man miss and down at the 39-yard line. So that's where Case Cookus and company will start. The last time the Stars had the ball, they were moving it down the field, and then there was a fumble at the 6-yard line by Darnell Holland. The only turnover of this game. Corey Coleman has been on fire today. 52 yards. I shouldn't say the last time. The second to last drive they had. Here we go. Yeah, Christopher predicted that Super Bowl every year. I think 13 straight years he predicted that. That never happened. And also, we will have live trivia on Twitch on Thursday night. Last trivia game ever before we do the have cameras and the new studio and everything. There actually was a penalty on that kickoff return, so move it back. It will not be taking over the 39. They're going to be taking over, I think they're going to mark it the 24. Might have been a late hit after. Since 1980, which two finals teams from different conferences would be the best match? What do you mean, like runner-ups from the 98 Vikings, like stuff like that? Is that what you mean? How big of a choke was 80 Browns? I mean, Don Cockcroft was terrible, so I don't blame Brian Sipe. I blame Brian Sipe for throwing that pass. I don't blame the call. I did a video on that play. I defended it. Red Right 88 was the right call. First Super Bowl played on the moon. Super Bowl 247. So, like, yeah, I don't know what you mean by best, by that. Oh, biggest mismatch. Oh, okay. Draw play goes to the running back, not Holland, it's Williams who's back in there, down to the 37-year-old again at 9. The biggest mismatch. I think it's 89 Niners against the 94 Chargers. I think it would be 89 Niners, 94 Chargers would be the biggest mismatch. First down. It's a screen pass. It's caught and then bottled up at the line of scrimmage. Getting nothing on that one. It's Chris Orr. He's been all over the place today. He's been all over the place today. Loss of 1. Oh, NBA Finals. Okay. Let's see. Biggest mismatch. I would probably say this year's Heat team against the Dream Team Heat team. I think that would just be a bloodbath. 2nd and 10. Kokas gets hit on the throw. It's still caught, but behind the line of scrimmage, grab is made by Devin Gray. Loses a yard. 3rd and 12. Yeah, since 1980, I would probably say this year's Heat team against the 2012-13 Heat. I mean, I don't know a single... Oh, 2 different conferences. Okay, 2 different conferences. All right. So the Rockets had a losing record. Yeah. Rockets in 80 with a losing record against the either the 96 Bulls or the 2012 Heat. Philly going to have to burn a timeout. They have 2 left. So they're facing 3rd and 11 at 35. I think that would be a massive mismatch. Rockets against the Bulls or the Heat. When the Rockets had a losing record and made the finals during the 80-81 season. Alex McGill is considered the best QB in the USFL. What are his and any other QB's chances of getting at least a tryout? Very slim. Look, the thing with McGill is that he, I love the guy, but he couldn't hack it in the NFL. On the Jaguars or the Texans, he's had his chances. The other thing, his footwork is terrible. His footwork is terrible. A lot of jump throws. His footwork is not the best. NFL teams will not like that at all. The quality of quarterback play is way better in the XFL than it is in the USFL. Worst game IQ with a perfect passer rating, probably the Geno game. Probably Geno game where he had a perfect passer rating against Miami. Probably that one. Biggest, or West versus East. Let me think. 3rd and 11. Ball 35. Kukas fires deep down the field. Incomplete. No separation there whatsoever. Intended for DeAndre Overton. Throw well over his head, but there might be interference on that one. There was a flag on the play. They might be getting Dotson for PI, which would be his 2nd PI penalty of the day. What do you for Super Bowl 100? Hopefully still be alive. Hopefully I'll be alive for that. So we'll see what they call here. Is there PI? Was Dotson... Dotson was holding the arm, but Overton was the one tugging. They were both going back and forth. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think Lakers, Cavs. Or even, honestly, 18 Warriors, 18 Cavs. No PI. They take back the flag. So it is a very quick drive. A 3 and out for the Stars. Or 4 and out, rather. Or 5 and out. Either way, a very quick drive. Opponent's fielded at the 23-yard line. Booming hit Only about a yard on that one. Hit there, courtesy of number 18, Joshua Moon. Setting the punt return to the moon on that one. As Jersey going to take over on their own 24-yard line. 47 Flamingos, 81 Rockets. Let's see. Biggest mismatch between two different years of the same team within a year of each other. I.e. 21 against 22 Jags. Let's think. Saints 05-06 is probably there. I would say... Yeah, Jaguars for sure. Eagles 16 versus 17. What other ones could we do? What other ones could we do? What other ones? 89 Cowboys. Cowboys 89-90. Troy Aikman was terrible, and then he became not so bad. 90-89 Rams. Yeah, that's a great one. That's a great one. Do any of you remember the Packers Titans? Yes, I do. I do remember that one. If I had to make a Mountain Rushmore of dumb plays in the tier of Jacoby Myers' touchdown pass to Chandler Jones or the Colts fake punt, what would it be? So plays where the players just have brain farts. So it's not coaches doing dumb things. It's just players having brain farts. Jacoby Myers is up there. Jim Marshall, wrong way run. So the Marshall wrong way run. Leon Lett, field goal against the Dolphins. Has to be, like, just insanely idiotic plays. I'd probably do... Yeah, I'd probably do Leon Lett, his 2 fumbles, Jacoby Myers, and Jim Marshall. Yeah, 98-99 Bulls, I mean, that's, for NBA, that's the obvious one. How old will I be for Super Bowl 100? You'll be 64. I will be, let's see, Super Bowl 50, I was a freshman in college. I was 18 for that, so I'd be 68. But football was not really a dumb play, it was just a guy running into his own lineman. It was just, he got pushed back in and he just ran into his own lineman. Wasn't really brain fart, just stuff happened. All right, Johnson back there under center at the 25-yard line. First down, Johnson 7 for 9, 96 yards in that first half. Play action, clean pocket. They rush 5. He's going deep. Johnson looking deep. He's got a man. He's got his man to the 20-yard line. What a play, Darrell Stewart Jr. Darrell Stewart Jr. Gain of 56 yards on the play, and they're in Philly territory. What a throw, what a catch, Darrell Stewart Jr. Colts fake punt. Yeah, I mean, that was, combination of the coach shouldn't have put him in that position, but the player shouldn't have called the play, so I'd say a bit of both. (17-13) game. And now the Generals looking to go by 2 possessions. They're in the red zone. First and high snap. Johnson going to keep himself after faking it to Victor. At the 15, out of bounds at the 11-yard line. Gain of 9 yards on the play. Yeah, hopefully I will be alive, able to enjoy the game. Hopefully the Jags are playing in it. I'll be alive, and we'll be live streaming the AFC and NFC championships and everything. We'll be live streaming. Oh, I don't care how old I get. I'm not ever going to be in bed by 8 o'clock for anything. I don't care how old I get. I've always been a night owl. I will never make that switch. I might be the old person that sleeps until 4 o'clock, but I'll always be up for sporting events. 2nd and 1. Handoff. Victor at the 5. First down. How much will Super Bowl 100 tickets cost? You think rate of inflation? You think NFL booming in popularity? I'm going to guess triple what they are right now. Probably triple what they are right now. So I would say probably about, the average price for probably about $30K. Victor bowls his way into the end zone for the touchdown up the middle. Darius Victor, have yourself a day. Touchdown pass, touchdown run right there. Generals, extra point away from making it 2 possessions. But that's where you'll be able to buy an experience that'll make it look and seem like you're at the game. Yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. That's what I think is going to happen. I think you'll definitely have that experience. Extra point away from tying this puppy up. Here we go. Nick Skiba. Kick is up, and it is no good! It is still a 1-possession game under USFL rules. Wait, what? Wait, never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's a 10-point game. I don't know what I'm talking about. I thought it was a 9-point game. My brain is just... Either way, extra point is no good. My brain is just... Clearly, I mean, it started at the start of the stream when I just forgot to hit the live button. I thought it said 23-14. I completely blanked. So my apologies there. Lennon Jaguars with the Z versus Milwaukee Meat Packers. Let's do it. Let's do it. Why not? Yeah, how we'll live without iPhones? I don't know. It's funny. I used to have a BlackBerry, and I remember, like, in between periods, in between class, I used to just go on my BlackBerry, search the internet, and I would get to look up one thing, maybe 2 things if I was lucky, on the internet before the class started. I had to put my phone away. I look at 1, maybe 2 things. Then I got an iPhone, and oh my god, my world changed. Thoughts on the NFL rule changes? What changes in particular? Not sure what changes you're alluding to. Yeah, iPhone really changed the game. Destroyed my attention span, too. Destroyed my attention span. Like, I was able to do a lot more creatively before I got an iPhone. I had to be really, really conscious of everything I looked up and whatnot. Yeah, it's like something that'll just refresh the page to a page I'm already on. Like, what? Oh, the fair catch rule. I got no problem with it. I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. It's a college rule. I have no problem with the fair catch rule. Likelihood for Jags Niners. I'd say medium. I think Jags are probably a top 5 favorite. Niners are a top 5 favorite in each conference, so I would say medium. Think Vegasville returns? Yes. Oh, for sure they're going back for season 2. Look, they expect to lose money. No startup is successful year 1. $60 million is low. I'm actually shocked that it was only $60 million. I was expecting to be around $150 million. I was stunned at $60 million. That's a win for the XFL. If the CFL decides to bring some teams to the USA, I love the CFL USA expansion in the mid-90s, that did not work. Where do you think they would succeed? Northern cities that don't really have a whole lot, that don't have pro teams. So I would say Portland would be good. Like, they don't have a pro football team. Say Coca-Cola Field by right to 5, right to the 20, right to the 25, makes a man miss, to the 30, right to the 35, right to the 40, still on his feet, to the 45, to the 50, down to the 48-yard line of Jersey. Eventually brought down by Alonzo Moore, but not before he got to the 48-yard line. He's got it, the right stuff. Will the NFL ever play games in Barcelona? I mean, ever? Yes. There will definitely be a time when they play games in Spain. But cities that would succeed, I'm thinking teams like Portland. I'm thinking teams like Fargo, Boise, like Rochester. I don't think the city is like that. First down at the 49-yard line. A great kickoff return by Wright. Play action. Cookus. Man, his face gets rid of it on the slant route. It is caught to the 44-yard line. Gain a 5 on the play. Catch there made, I believe, I don't have an 80, so I'm assuming it's Cyril Grayson, who's the one guy I don't have. Unless it was 88 and it was Pro Wells. Let's see. No, what's 80? Yeah, that's Cyril Grayson. That is Cyril Grayson. So the rules are too silly. I mean, it's really not. It's just the longer end zones. It's the 1 point rogue, and it's the 3 downs. Cookus, play action. Clean pocket. Fires deep. He's got a man. Diving catch! Corey Coleman! Corey Coleman to the 9! Gain of 35 on the play! Corey freaking Coleman! I don't believe it! He's been phenomenal! Oh wait, they're saying it wasn't touched! Wait a second. I'm not sure about that. I gotta see the replay. Was he touched? Was he touched on this one? No, he was touched. He was touched. He was touched. The legs intersected. Shalom Luani's legs intersected. He was touched. Yeah, he's touched. That's not standing. He was touched when he went down. The foot hits. Yeah, that's clearly not a touchdown. I don't know why they called it that, but this is coming back. Either way, a heck of a diving grab by Coleman. He was touched while diving, and he was touched while on the foot. He was tangled on the foot as well. The foot caught him at the very end. This is very clearly not a touchdown. But Corey Coleman, 6 catches, 86 yards. Yeah, he's touched. He's clearly touched right there. The foot is touching. No, he was touched after he had the ball too. If you watch, the shoes intersect. The shoes intersect. He got touched by the shoe. He wasn't touched by a hand, but he was touched by a shoe. He didn't be touched by any body part. Either way, heck of a grab by Coleman, 89 yards. I'm telling you, Coleman's going to get a tryout this year. Coleman's going to get a tryout, and he deserves it. He deserves it. First and goal at the 7-yard line is where they're going to mark it. Cookus. Pressure, blindside, down he goes! Got to sense the blindside there. He did not, and eventually brought down by Colin Hill. Loss of 8 on the play. Huge loss there. The AFL adds a third conference. They need to add a fourth. I'm glad Tagliabue can't bring this idea up anymore. Yeah, that was one of the stupidest ideas I've seen. How did third conference even work? Down to the 16-yard line. And Case Cookus, the most sacked quarterback in the league. Got to sense the blind side there. That's the second time he's gone down today. Second goal at the 16. Got their work cut out for them. Cookus fires. They're only rushing 3. Eventually just goes to his running back, goes to Williams. Williams back to the 14-yard line. Only gain of 2 on the play. Yeah, 18 to 2 by. I think that's what we're going for eventually. That's what we're going to get. It's more TV money. It's more revenue. It has to be an unconference play, but then what's the point? At that point, what's the point of having conferences? It just doesn't make sense. Third and goal. Cookus, 3 seconds on the play clock. Got to get this off there. The 14-yard line. 1 second, they get it off. General setting the heat. He fires over the middle. It's bobbled. It should have been caught. Oh, it should have been a touchdown for Ryan Izzo. But it is not. He drops the ball on the slant route. Oh, you got to catch this ball. I think third column is probably yellow, so it probably wouldn't be green. Probably another primary color. Ryan Izzo right in his hands. That's an easy touchdown. Had him beat on the slant route. Had Paris Ford beat. 32-yard attempt by Aguilar. That's going to hurt. That is going to hurt. Aguilar kick is up. It's good. He's 3 for 3 on the day. Man, that's a heartbreaking drive for the Stars. Yeah, they get 3. But they almost had a touchdown with the Corey Coleman thing. They thought they did, then they took it off the board. And then they should have had a touchdown with a Ryan Izzo catch, and he drops it. It's 23-16 with 6:49 left in the third. I'd love for the NFL to expand to 40. I'm fine with the NFL just expanding in general. I'm fine with it. You know, we haven't had expansion in over 2 decades. It's been the longest we've gone without expansion. There are a lot of markets, especially internationally, that want a team. I have no problem with it. I got no problem with it. The New Orleans Breakers ball hawking defense has returned. Yes, it has. They looked phenomenal yesterday. That first quarter was something else before the Lightning's away. That first quarter was something else. Grant, I don't know that pick they had, pick 6 was one of the strangest plays I've seen, but yeah. Yeah, I would love an NFL European division. Think how much money the NFL would make on a European division. Like, you would have a TV contract where you show the games all the time. You'd show the games all the time. Think about it. You have a national 6:30 in the morning game in Europe. You have the rest of the European games take place at 9:30. No, so you have a European game that takes place at 6 o'clock in the morning. Then the rest of the games take place at 9:30. And then you have the American games. Like, you have football all day. You would have 15, 16 continuous hours. Why hasn't the NFL expanded in 2 decades despite increasing? I think 32 is just a great number. 32 is just a perfect number. I think that's why. You need to get 4 teams because you're not going to go to 34. You got to go to 36. So you need 4 markets at the same time. That's why. You know what's interesting? The Sports Broadcasting Act of 1961 applies for America. It would not apply for Europe. It could be an interesting loophole that the NFL could get around, potentially speaking. I think they'll do a 6. I mean, you got another TV network in on it? Why not? It's an extra time slot. And it's a national game for Europe also. It's a national game for Europe. So you'd be able to, if you were in Europe, you got to watch not just your team, but you got to watch once a week. You got to watch the biggest game. I don't know. I think there's something there. Thank goodness school's out. Otherwise, I'd not be able to watch all these Marlins Mariners games because it's Seattle and it starts at 9:40. Yeah, that's why that stinks when East Coast team plays a West Coast team if you're on the East Coast. Kickoff, Eccles Looper. It's got one today. It's at the 30. Goes out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Toronto Red Jays. Yeah, I think there would be some trademark issues with that one. First and 10, the 35-yard line. Jersey scored a touchdown on their last drive. Darius Victor having a phenomenal game for the Generals. 33 yards rushing and a touchdown, but he also has a passing touchdown. Been running it down their throats. The Generals are the top rushing team in the USFL this season, averaging over 4.4 yards per carry so far today. See what they do here. First and 10, the 36-yard line. Again, allergies are terrible, so I'm scratching my nose. My apologies. Play action. Johnson. He's got time. He fires over the middle. It is overthrown. Well overthrown. Intended for Bowman. Would have had it well into Philly territory at the 35-yard line. Instead, 2nd and 10. Wouldn't have given it a 30 on the play. Did I see the bench warmer? Yes, I did see that. What's the most realistic scenario for the Jags to play home games while the new stadium's built? All home games in London? No, that will not be a possibility. It's looking at this point like we have 4 options. Gainesville, Orlando, Daytona, or a temporary stadium in Jacksonville. In order of preference, temporary stadium, Daytona, Orlando, Gainesville. Going to Gainesville will be a pain in the butt. Handoff, gets a first down and then some. It is Kingston Davis. His first carry of the game gets 14 yards. Kingston running all the way to Kingston on that one. His first carry of the game. Victor getting most of the carries, followed by Trey Williams, and now it is Kingston Davis. Team is now averaging 5 yards a carry. Stars unable to stop the run right now. Big reason why the Generals have this 23-16 lead. First and 10, the 49-yard line. Johnson hands it off. Davis once again. Davis to the 40-yard line. Get him 11, first down. Where did this guy come from? Where did this guy come from? 24 yards already on 2 carries. Has barely touched the ball. Yeah, Seattle, Miami, I think it's the longest flight you can make in the 48 states. I think it's the longest flight. First down at the 40-yard line. Handoff goes to Davis. Davis cannot get back to the line. Actually, he does. He actually gets back to the line of scrimmage. Nice effort, but no gain on the play. Will they have a Super Bowl overseas? If they had a team there, would it be a one-time thing? The problem with a Super Bowl overseas is when you start the game. You need to start in prime time for the American audience. And that's why I don't think we're going to see a Super Bowl overseas. The only way I could see is if London allowed you to start the game at 10 o'clock, their time. So it'd be 5 o'clock in the U.S. That's the only scenario. Anything else, I think it would not happen. Because you need to play the game in prime time. Play action. Johnson. Scrambling. Looking to throw. Now he's going to run. At the 35, Johnson. Close to the first down at the 31-yard line. Third and 1 coming up. Is this 4-down territory for the Generals? Up by 7 points in this do-or-die game. Again, this is the last regular season game we're streaming all season. We're not doing any games in Week 10 due to me moving apartments and boxing and unboxing a lot of stuff. You have no idea. My room, this is about the only place where you can see the floor right now. It's that bad. Third and 1, handoff up the middle, goes to Victor. Victor keeping the pile moving to the 23-yard line, gain of 8. Look, getting to Gainesville is already a pain in the butt traffic-wise, and that's not even with Florida games. Put a Florida game in there, it's a nightmare. No shade in the stadium, like, it would just be terrible. It would be a terrible experience. No one would go. No one would go. Right, longest domestic flight is Boston to Honolulu. In the 48, I'm assuming it's Seattle, Miami. I did Honolulu, New York once. That was, whew. And that's a lot. 3:16 left. Play is stopped. Someone called to him. I'm not sure who it was. Play the practice field temporarily. The field that holds like 1,000 people. Bleachers. I mean, if you build like a temporary structure, I mean, I would love that. Like, I would love to do like what the Vancouver Whitecaps did when BC Place was being built. They built a stadium. Like, it was a bare bones stadium, but they built a stadium where the team played until that stadium was done, called Empire Field or Empire Stadium. And it was just like a 27,000 seat stadium, completely bare bones, but it got the job done. I would love for the Jags to do that. Just a bleacher seat, temporary, 40,000. You know what you could even do? You know what you could even do is you could partner with, I don't know who's hosting the 2030 World Cup. Whoever it is, they're going to need stadiums. You know, Qatar had the temporary stadiums, and London and the Olympics, they had like, there are stadiums that are like in shipping containers, they're temporary. Do that. I would set up a deal. If I'm the Jaguars, I'm setting up a deal with whoever hosts the World Cup in 2030, or any big event, or even LA. You know, LA for the Olympics. They're going to need to put up stands for stuff that doesn't have. Set up a deal and say, look, you give us X amount of dollars, we will build you the seats. We'll use them in Jacksonville while the stadium's being built, and then we'll give them to you and ship them over to you, and you could use them for the Olympics. I would do that. I would do that in a heartbeat. I think that would be a great idea. You build a temporary stadium that way, then you dismantle the seats. It's easily able to dismantle, like the stadium in Qatar, and you give it to LA for the Olympics in 2028. I've not heard anyone talk about that. I think that would be a genius move. Get a stay in Jacksonville, and it's a win-win. It's a win-win for everyone. So 23-16, 3:16 left in the third quarter. Again, thank you for tuning in for this game. There was a stoppage. I'm not sure why, because no one called timeout. Might have been an injured player that was off camera. It does look like a beautiful night in Canada, I will say that. World Cup schedule coming up midweek. For what? First and 10 at the 24-yard line. Handoff goes to Victor. Tries to muscle his way forward to the 21. That's where he will be. I have to go one. I feel like Goats is... Oh, that stinks. Hopefully it feels better. What World Cup schedule is coming out midweek? Because the Women's World Cup, the schedule is already out. Men's World Cup schedule is... It's not going to come out for... I would assume it's not coming out for a while, because that's not for another 3 years. What World Cup schedule? Because the Women's World Cup schedule is out. Oh, Cricket World Cup. Cricket World Cup. We got some trickeration. It's a pass to Johnson. Johnson at the 10. Johnson at the 7. They're pulling out all the stops. Halfback pass, wide receiver pass. DeAndre Johnson. Gain of 14 on a wide receiver pass. Unbelievable. Everyone throwing a pass today. Eccles Looper throwing a pass. Little trickeration there. Not exactly Philly, but they run a Philly type play on Philly. First and goal at the 7-yard line. Handoff. Victor at the 5. Muscles his way forward. He's in. Touchdown. Darius Victor, his second rushing touchdown of the game. 29-16. Victor with 2 rushing touchdowns and a passing touchdown. 1:40 left, and the Generals playing their best game of the season. I'm going to give you a huge compliment and say that in terms of how gracious you're towards our artists. Thank you so much. You remind me of Chip Snuff. Remember that 2 years ago. Super nice guy. Thank you so much. Really means a lot. Thank you. Darius Victor, 51 rushing yards, 5.1 yards per carry, 2 touchdowns, and a passing touchdown as well. MVP of this game so far. One of the best runners in the USFL. There's a reason the Generals are the top rushing team in the league, averaging 5.6 yards per run this season. Nearly a full yard above everyone else today. So far, they're averaging 5.3. Extra point. This time is good. 30-16. If you were in an overseas division, would all their games be at 6 and 9:30? Would they be on Fox and CBS? No, what I would do is I would get other TV networks involved. You know how many TV networks you can get involved with that? You probably couldn't get Fox and CBS. You probably couldn't get that because they got morning shows, they got paid programming and whatnot. What you could do, like TNT once in, fine, you get a 6 o'clock game in the morning. You get networks in for 9:30. You get like ABC or something. You can get so many networks in on this. Spread the wealth around. You know how many networks would bid just to have any NFL game? Yahoo paid $15 million in 2015 to stream a game at 9:30 in the morning between the Jaguars and the Bills, who both stunk. $15 million for one game at 9:30 between the Jags and the Bills, when they were both terrible. You know how much money the NFL could make with a year-long contract to air games at... And, I mean, soccer... I mean, look, you gotta compete with soccer either way. And there might not be soccer in Europe in the sense that... Like, obviously, I know Italy plays on Sundays, Spain plays Sundays for the most part. But England, I know England, they play like one game on Sundays. Will I compare the USFL and XFL Championship games one season? Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. We'll talk about that on the stream. I mean, Steve Young, I would get. I mean, he only really works for a few days a year, so I would get that. Neil Everett hurts. That one hurts. He was the... I don't know if it's a hot take to say, in the 21st century, not counting Stuart Scott, not counting Scott Van Pelt, he was the best anchor. I really think he was the best anchor. So, it it hurts. It hurts that he's being let go because he really was amazing. That one hurts. In terms of who should be the next one to get laid off, there are a lot of announcers right now that are not pulling their weight. There are a lot of announcers that are not pulling their weight whatsoever. Like XFL, they didn't know the playoff scenarios. Like, that was embarrassing. You have one job. Neil Everett, did he get a farewell? They talked about, I don't think he got a farewell. Does the Canada Minor League Baseball team have a game tonight with a game at 2 scores? The local affiliate might switch the baseball team's pregame like NBC in Detroit does. Wouldn't shock me. Wouldn't shock me. All right, kickoff. It's a very low kick. They're trying to avoid giving it to Terry Wright on the fly. He does get the 16-yard line, though, to the 30. The 35 to the 40. Wright's got a hole. 45, 50. 46-yard line is where Terry Wright goes down. Terry Wright having a great game returning. How much will the ratings suffer if a European team is in or even 2? I don't think they would suffer. If 2, maybe. If there's 2, they might. If there's 1, no. Because at that point, it's America against Europe. It might even be higher. It might even be higher. If Susie leaves, that'll be the end of an era. I honestly don't see, though, why you can't just have the NFL Live crew do NFL primetime. I honestly don't get why you can't just have that. Save money that way. First and 10 at the 46-yard line. 42-yard line, actually, is what they're going to mark it. Handoff goes up the middle, goes to Dexter Williams, down to the 39-yard line. But I think there was a fumble. The ball came out. I don't know. Get off the interview. The ball came out. The ball came out. Get off the interview. The ball came out. It's Jersey ball. Oh, geez, Fox. What are you doing? Second fumble of the game. It's Jersey ball. I can't believe that. Why did Fox do that? They cut to an interview when the ball was on the ground. Let's see. Did he fumble this? Did Dexter Williams fumble? He did. Oh, that's clear as day. That's not only clear as day, but it didn't even hit the ground. Colin Hill just stripped it from him and picked it up. Oh, my goodness. Fox having a howler of a game broadcasting-wise. Between the second where it went black on the kickoff, I mean, come on. Johnson, play action. Rolls out. Caught on the sideline by Alonzo Moore. First down. CC Culper was great, but is USFL TV coverage worse? No. XFL TV coverage was abysmal. XFL TV coverage, the score bug was terribly cluttered. The announcers were god-awful. The camera work was not great. XFL TV coverage was a nightmare. This has been a terrible game, TV coverage-wise. But in general, coverage has been way better in the USFL. USFL might lose NBA rights soon. That would shock me. That would absolutely shock me. The next cut, if you're going to say who should be fired, Mark Jackson. What does Mark Jackson offer? What does Mark Jackson offer? I would revamp that whole crew, besides Mike Breen. Besides Breen, I'd revamp that whole crew. Van Gundy, all he does is complain. Jackson offers nothing. Pair Mike Breen with someone who actually cares and who loves basketball and has chemistry. I would love that. 2nd and 12. Yeah, TNT. I mean, NHL coverage is pretty good there. NHL is pretty good, but yeah. 2nd and 12, handoff up the middle. Gain of 5 on the play. Handoff there went to Trey Williams to the 48-yard line of Philly. So 3rd and 7 coming up. 4th quarter. 15 minutes left for Jersey to save their season, and they might do that here. Having their best game of the year. If you had 2 European teams, would you still get 80 million people? Oh, yeah, you'd get 80 million people. The ratings would go down, but you get 80 million people. At the end of the day, the Super Bowl is a cultural phenomenon. You would get that. Again, I don't think we'll ever see 2 European teams. I think what would happen... Here's what I think would happen. What I think would happen is you have a European division. The European division. And what you would do is, here's what I think you would do. Here's the strategy. 7 teams make it in the AFC. 7 teams make it in the NFC. The European division plays itself the entire season. 1 team from Europe makes the playoffs. 1 team from Europe makes the playoffs. That team then gets inserted into the AFC or the NFC based on their record, depending on what team has the best overall record. So what do we mean by that? Let's say the AFC champion is 14-3, the NFC number 1 seed is 15-2. The European team gets inserted into the AFC for the playoffs. So you have 15 teams in the playoffs. 1 seed does not get a bye. The only team that gets a bye is the team with the best record in the NFL. It would never be the European team. That would be my guess as to how it would work. A European division, 4 teams in the division. All they do the whole season is play each other. The top team in Europe makes the playoffs. You can even have a game between 1 and 2 in Europe for the championship. You can remove that. But whoever that team is gets inserted into the AFC or the NFC, whichever conference did not have the team with the best overall record. And they do the playoffs like that. I could see that. I don't think we'll ever see 2 European teams in. How many games in Madden NCAA Football Series from EA Sports? Every year for NCAA Football, and from like 2003, I think, on, and then every Madden game from like 97 on PS1 up to 21. Europe teams only play road games against Eastern Time Zone teams. Yeah, I could see that. Not crazy about it, I could see it. But I think that would be the way to do it. More incentive to gain the number 1 overall team. 1 division in the AFC and 1 in the MC each year play the European. That'd be tough to schedule, though. That'd be tough to schedule because you got to make up the extra games somehow. I don't know how you would do that. I don't know how you would do that. TNT did NFL, yeah, 1990 to 96, they did the NFL. I'll do a video on that at some point. It'd be a long documentary. There's a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about there. All right, 4th quarter. Again, new video coming out tomorrow, Jeff Fisher related, so go check that out when it drops at 9 a.m. Eastern. We have a video that's out right now on JG9 with that. So, yeah, with the Bears-Browns 86 game. NFL on Cartoon Network. NFL on Adult Swim. That's what it would be. NFL Adult Swim and uncensored. Completely uncensored broadcast. Here we go. 3rd down at the 48-yard line. 3rd and 7. Offense has been lights out today. Empty backfield for DeAndre Johnson. Gets a sack. They rush 4. Fires over the middle. One-handed grab by Bowman. Not a great throw, but a phenomenal grab by Braden Bowman. Down to the 38-yard line. Get a 10 and a 1st down. General's making some phenomenal catches today. What a catch by Bowman. That looked like a bad overthrow, but Bowman saves his quarterback, bails him out, gets the 1st down. You can't have an NFL game on Nickelodeon without someone on the field singing, you know? The Lawrence Taylor experiment, yeah. Play is blown dead, so back him up 5. Back him to the 43. Again, the Generals, if they win this game, they are tied for 2nd in the North with Michigan and Pittsburgh. One of those teams is guaranteed to make the playoffs. Could potentially have a win in a game. Nate Burleson is phenomenal. Nate Burleson, he is massively underrated. And he's already rated really high, but he's still underrated for all that he does. For how hard he works, he's really good. The Nickelodeon broadcast is the toughest job in sports, and he makes it look easy. 1st and 15, Johnson, play action. Fires over the middle, it's caught by the tight end, down to the 25, down to the 21-yard line. That time it is Woody Brandum. Woody Brandum, getting a 21 on the play. Johnson had a friend in him on that one, finding Woody for a gain of 21. Like, because you not only have to call the game, but you have to work a teenager in that doesn't know anything about football. You have to dumb down the game enough where people know what you're talking about, but you can't dumb it down too much where you insult their intelligence, and you have to make Nickelodeon references on the fly. He makes it look easy. Like, really, he's phenomenal. I spoke with him at the, he was doing like a meeting at the Super Bowl Experience when I was there. Hamilton goes to Williams, Williams at the 15, Williams at the 10, Williams at the 5, Williams dives to the pylon! He is in! New Jersey is pouring it on! Touchdown Generals! Trey Williams gets a double Trey. He gets 6. The Generals are killing it right now. The best rushing team in the USFL, showing why. And New Jersey is 14 minutes away from keeping their season alive. You can turn on Tigers baseball now, folks. This one is getting out of reach. But yeah, we started with Burleson, and we just talked for a whole minute about the Nickelodeon thing. I'm like, look, I admire everything that you do. You make it look so easy, and it's my favorite broadcast of the year. I look forward to it. And he was, you can tell, he really appreciated that. He was blown away by those comments. He was blown away. He was kind of shocked. It's amazing. CBS has the best production on NFL. Yeah, I mean, it's tough because CBS for college football, there's so many commercials. So it's tough to really gauge. I think NBC does a great job. I think NBC generally does a phenomenal job. USFL Northern Division will be win or go home. It sure is looking that way. 13:25 left in this one. Johnson is 12 for 15. The team is 14 for 17. Rushing yards are averaging 6 yards per carry, 139 yards rushing. Jersey entered this game on a 5-game losing streak. Needed something big to snap it, and this is the one. Imagine Mr. Rogers' hologram explaining the game to the kiddos at home while wearing a Steelers scarf. Oh, jeez. I mean, I will say this, having Sesame Street call game could be fun. Having the count on first downs. Oscar the Grouch, yeah. You could do a lot with that. Michaels will be 121, Super Bowl 100. Hopefully he's not calling the game. Hopefully he's alive and well, but hopefully he's not calling the game. As there's a car horn that's going non-stop in the background. Not sure if you can hear that or not. If you can, my apologies. And hopefully with the new studio that will not happen because I'm on a different road. If CBS and NBC doing the Big Ten, that is happening this year. That's happening this year. I cannot wait. Yeah, I hope Noah Eagle can do the Nickelodeon game that he's on NBC. I really hope so. He's phenomenal. Him and Nate make a great pairing, and I'm very worried about this year's Nickelodeon game because it's outdoors, so the graphics might not come off that well if it's bad weather. On top of that, I don't know if Noah Eagle's going to call it, and I hope they don't have Dylan Schefter as sideline. I want young Dylan doing the sideline reporting. Dylan Schefter was not good. But that will be the video coming out December 26, 2023. You need a video that day. It will be Nickelodeon broadcast review. I cannot wait for that. Never been to a NASCAR race. Kickoff is a low one, and it's fielded by right at the 15-yard line. Right to the 25, right to the 30, right to the 35, right down at the 37-yard line. So 22-yard return by right. It is do or die time for the Stars, down by 3 possessions. This game has gone away from them in the second half due to turnovers, due to poor run defense. This game has completely fallen apart Philly might be winning this division with a 4-5 record as things stand. Do or die time here. NFL and Nick is going to get off. Not really, because NFL and Nick, the thing with that is that it's once a year. The problem with the NHL outdoor games is that it went from once a year to let's do it 10 times a year. And NFL and Nick, it's a once a year thing. It's not getting old. And that's a deep throw to the running back. It is caught to the 27-yard line. Dexter Williams. Getting a 35 on the play. Yeah, I would say if it was like every week or like every month, yeah, but one game a year, it's not going to get old. Because they add new stuff to it too. First at the 27. Handoff. Up the middle. Gain of 1, maybe 2 on the play. Goes to Williams. Anyone else miss at hockey calling games? I mean, who doesn't? Or officiating games. Yeah, NHL started out once a year, and then they went too big too fast. They were like, let's do... It wasn't old at first, and then it got insanely old because it was the same teams playing, and the games were like 7 of them a year. Second 9, Cookus. I don't know what that throw was. Intended for Devin Gray. I think that ball slipped out of his hands because that was not even close on that out route. 12:15 left. This is definitely 4-down territory. What if Al Michaels called a game while stoned? It can't be any worse than his call the Jaguars-Chargers game. Here's getting outdoor game at Chase Field. Yeah, that same has a roof, so I think there'd be a lot of problems with that. 39, Cook, says they rush 4. Fires to the sticks. It's caught at the 15-yard line to the 10. Nice move to the 5. Hey, Zane, what awful tackling, but Terry Wright has got it. The right stuff. And hang on a second, folks. This one ain't over just yet. I don't know what that tackling job was by Jersey. 37-22, though. Philly needed a quick answer. 90 seconds later. Well, also, the thing with NFL Nick is that it's not the only broadcast. That's the other thing. You don't have to watch the game. Like, if you don't want to watch the Nickelodeon broadcast, you can watch the regular old broadcast. So that's not an issue. The Chaser roof is retractable, yeah, but, I mean, the ice is going to melt. Kick is up by Aguilar. It is right down the middle. What else would you expect from him? 37-23. Philly needed a quick score, and they got it. Awful, awful tackling, but Terry Wright having a great game on kickoff returns, and that time with the touchdown. This loss, if the Stars get it, it's going to be pinned on a lot of people. You can't pin on Terry Wright, you can't pin on Corey Coleman. They both played well today. $37-23 ball game. Yeah, Kraken are getting the Winter Classic, yeah. Also, the problem with the Outdoor Classic was that it's so saturated. That's the other thing. When the NFL does a game on Nickelodeon, nothing else is happening. But when the game is taking place, Winter Classic, it's going up against bowl games and everything. So good luck getting an audience that way. If people are going to start tuning out, they'll probably end the production. Yeah, it hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened yet. I think they view it as a great way to get the kids involved. If the NBA expands to Vegas, do you see them playing T-Mobile? Yeah. I don't think they would build another arena. I don't see why they would. Yeah, NHL and NBA Finals are both going to be done. Vegas and Denver are going to win in 5. Terrible finals. Terrible Stanley Cup. Disappointing. Disappointing. Usually love this time of year, but it's been disappointing. So 11:50 left. Yeah, right now they do like a Heritage Classic. They're doing an outdoor game in Edmonton, I think. They have Winter Classic. They got some other games happening. So it's not novel anymore. And plus, the other thing is that at the end of the day, the NFL and Nickelodeon, they switch things up for the actual game. So the novelty aspect, it doesn't really change. It's still novel. Hockey, once you watch it outdoors, it's still the same thing. There's nothing really unique about it. Once you get past the outdoor stuff. Well, T-Mobile Arena hosts the Golden Knights. Yeah, Depressed Ginger, he works his butt off. His videos are always popping up on my feeds. He works his absolute tail off. I like YouTubers like that. I like YouTubers that just work like crazy. I don't get how he puts out that many videos. His channel's going places. His channel is absolutely going places. Here we go, kickoff. It's going to be fielded by Eccles Looper. Fielded at the 18-yard line. To the 30, 35, 40, he's got some room, 45, down at midfield. It's not Eccles Looper, it's Marcus Green. Says it's easy being green on that one. Yeah, Generals are starting to run away with it. Philly just scored a touchdown, but the run game for the Generals has just been phenomenal today. So, that's really been the difference. Will I see Tom Grossi when it comes in Phoenix? Yes. Oh, for sure. I got that day booked. I'll be there for the stadium thing if he does it. I'll be there for the meetup. Yeah, support local businesses. I'll donate and everything. We're going all out. We're going all out. If anyone's gonna be there, by all means, feel free to say hi. I'll be in a Jaguars jersey. Probably the only person in Jags jersey there. Johnson, play action, and he goes down. Flag on the play. Probably gonna be holding. Probably gonna get declined. Sack there. You give it to number 51. We don't have on my depth chart, and Ali Faya, number 98, also went on there. Yeah, I would say that's a pretty good comparison. Yeah, holding on the offense penalty, decline, loss of 6. I think that's the first sack of the day. So it was LeBrian Ray who's number 51 again. The good thing with NFL streams, when I do preseason and regular season, we will have a depth chart that is accurate. It has numbers, which I do not have right now in the USFL. Forgotten Place says, Grossi do a vid message to me referencing the Hobbits. That's awesome. No, Grossi's amazing. Look, I was on, is it an out route, caught the 44-yard line? So get some of that yards back. Looks like a third down. I've been on a show twice. He's such a nice guy, such a funny guy. I was on a show back when it was audio only in 2016. I was on Patcast. He's a great guy. And no one deserves the success that he's got more than Grossi. He works his butt off. He puts out great, wholesome content. Puts out content for everyone. He's a creative man. He works nonstop. He did this while teaching people. He has a heart of gold. Such a kind heart. Raises money for good causes. There is no person that deserves the success he's having right now more than Grossi. And his appearance on the Pat McAfee show, I can't even imagine how much good that's going to do for St. Jude for everyone. It's going to be awesome. That one is caught by Bowman at the 39-yard line. First down. Bowman having a heck of a game at tight end today. I've watched them all. Yeah, I'm watching the whole thing. I'm watching the whole series. The one yesterday in Baltimore got me. That one got me. Jags' first game, no. Their first game was on NBC against the Oilers. They did play, I think, week 3 on TNT. They played the Packers week 3 on TNT. It was week 1 they played the Oilers on NBC, and week 2 they played the Bengals on NBC. Week 3 was Packers on TNT, Sunday Night Football. Handoff up the middle, goes to Victor, back to the line of scrimmage. 9:48 left. Yeah, the Baltimore one was great. I really hope stadiums roll out the red carpet for him now. I really hope they do. Thoughts on the stadium and the future plans? I would rather just rebuild, tear it down and rebuild if we're going to move out anyways, but, they look nice. It's shaded, there's a roof, wide concourses. It looks gorgeous. It looks absolutely gorgeous. If they play out of the city, I want to play them in Jacksonville, build a temporary stadium, but if not, Daytona would be my first pick, then Orlando, definitely not Gainesville. Traffic would be a nightmare. 2nd and 9, incomplete pass on the screen, a bit low, intended for Victor. So 3rd and 9 coming up at the 38-yard line. Do something with Grossi when the Jags host Green Bay. So the thing is that I was on the show in 2016 when they hosted. I was on the show in 2020 when they hosted. So I don't think he still does that where he brings on a fan and gets the fan perspective. But I'm assuming for 2024, if he does that, he'll call me up. I'm assuming Assuming we'll do that. Wait, Rob Woodson's out? Where do you see that? 39, screen pass. That one's caught by Eccles. Looper breaks the tackle. He's going to be close to the first down. That was a lot closer than it had to be. 4th and 3. Where did you get the news about Rod Woodson being out with the Vipers? Checking Google right now. Yeah, good sports here so far. I am not... Okay, let me check Twitter. Let me also check the XFL Reddit. I don't know if they're participating in the 48-hour blackout. So let me check. Let's see. Oh, yeah, there it is. I don't know why they got rid of him, other than the fact that he was terrible and was completely out of his element. I mean, Rob Woodson was such a bad coach. All right. Wow, some breaking XFL. Yep, it's on Twitter. It is on Twitter. 4th and 2. 8:34 left. We'll see what the Generals do here. Be a 50-yard field goal. You could go for it. Stars win. I mean, they can't stop the run right now, so I'm not sure. They are going for it. Ball is at the 31-yard line. Will the NFL exist in 250 years? I don't even know if we're going to exist in 250 years. I don't even know if the planet's going to exist in its current form in 250 years. I don't know. 4th and 2. Will they just try and draw him off? No, they're going to go for it. Play action. Johnson fires past the sticks. Not even close. Intended target on the play was Woody Brandom. No flags. Stars ball. The Stars have life. Great defense there. I'm not crazy about the call that the only option really was a... I don't have a problem going for it. I don't like the call where the only option is really a tight end across his body and a backup tight end at that. I don't really like that, but I don't have a problem with going for it there. Too long for a field goal. Just have to adjust my charger. Again, I will not be having to do this anymore in the new apartment. We will have a stationary camera the whole time, which will be awesome. 1st and 10 at the 31 for the Stars. Cookus fires, out route, caught. Gray to the 37-yard line. 2nd and 4 coming up. Would be an NFL franchise. 2100 will exist. It will exist in 2100. Antarctica, no. No. People won't live in Antarctica. 2nd and 4. Clock is running. And clock doesn't stop until about 5 minutes left. Cookus. Gonna scramble, fires. So the sideline is caught. 1st down, gain of 5. Catch there made by Corey Coleman. It's been a bit quiet in the second half. For the most part. Yeah, XFL lost $60 million. Yeah, I said it earlier. That's a good number. Honestly, I expected $150 million. No startup is making money first year. $60 million is way better than I thought. That's a win. That's a massive win for the XFL. They rush 4. Cookus steps up in the pocket. Fires to the sideline. It is caught. 1st down and then some Overton. Overton to the 50. Overton to the 43-yard line of Jersey. Franchise on Mars. Eli can't even get Twitter to work, let alone get a franchise on Mars. I don't think Rob Woodson's heart was full into coaching. I just think he was terrible. Not sure if he was... If his heart wasn't into coaching or not, I just think he stunk as a head coach. He was completely out of his element. Him and Terrell Buckley need to go. The league wants to be legitimate. Him and Buckley need to go. Hines Ward should go as well. But at least Woodson's out. Cook is hitting DeAndre Overton. This one is not over yet, folks. 7:22 left. So got a stoppage for the moment. Yeah, I honestly think the XFL lost half as much money as I thought they were going to lose. 44-yard line, 1st and 10. Cookus, pressured, gets rid of it quickly. Fires, Corey Coleman, back shoulder throw, incomplete pass. Nice coverage there by Christian Tutt, but there was a flag on the play. Was there a late hit on Cookus? Are they going to get... This might be a late hit on Cookus. Yeah, I think the USFL survives for year 3. The question is what happens after that. And they are going to give the Stars a 1st down with the penalty. Did they call late here or did they call PI? By the way, it's a first down. I think they're calling PI. Which I'm not crazy about that call. But either way, first and 10 at the 30-yard line. Cookus. They rush 4. Cookus going deep! Incomplete, intended for Coleman. Miscommunication. Coleman was running a post route. He threw a fly. Cookus took a beating on that one, though. Cookus very slow to get up. Took a shot to the ribs there. Trying to get my charger to work. XFL 17 to Canada, Mexico. Maybe not Canada, but maybe Mexico down the road. That's still a long ways away. We got to get this league settled in the USA first. 2nd and 10. Cookus gonna go down. No, he gets rid of it just before he goes down. Intended for Gray. Incomplete pass. 3rd and 10. Cookus taking an absolute beating back there again. The most sacked quarterback in the USFL this season. Just taking a beating. This is 4-down territory for sure. Gotta score a touchdown on this drive. I don't know what Cookus was looking at. He had a guy wide open over the middle. He had Overton wide open. Over the middle. I don't know where his eyes were. Actually, Milwaukee, yeah, I could see it. This game's in Canton, Ohio. 3rd and 10. They rush 4. Cookus. Clean pocket, but he scrambles outside for some reason. Now directing traffic. Tries to reset his feet. He's going to go down again. Gets rid of it. And it is... Did he keep his feet in bounds? Interception. A flag on the play. It came on the sack, so hang on a second. Did Cookus go down by the horse collar? Cookus just taking shot after shot. We'll see what the call is. Is this an interception? Is this holding? Is this roughing the passer? Personal foul. It's on the defense. Horse collar tackle. Interception there by DJ Daniel does not stand. Horse collar tackle. And yep, hands are inside. Shoulder pads, that is a horse collar. Gives the Stars new life. Move it to the 15-yard line. Call the penalty on number 55, Colin Hill. And yep, that's horse collar, all right. That's absolutely horse collar. Absolutely a horse collar. Move it to the 15-yard line. Stars have 2 timeouts. They have new life. They're right in this. Got to get a touchdown here, though. 1st and 10. They rush 4. Cookus. Clean pocket. Fires. Drag route. Scooped by Corey Coleman. Nice open field tackle, though. Only gets 2, maybe 3 yards on the play. Tackle there. Courtesy of Drayvon S.Q. Henry. Yeah, he got... I mean, that is a terrible throw. That is a terrible throw. No reason for the horse collar, but that is a terrible throw. 2nd and 8. Again, got to go quick. You got 2 timeouts, 2-minute warning, but you got to score a touchdown on this drive. And this game is on Fox, for those wondering. 2nd and 8 at the 13-yard line. Cookus. Screen pass. Dropped, probably for the best. Probably for the best that it got dropped, because there were blockers there, and it stops the clock. Again, anything inside 5 minutes, the clock is stopped. 3rd and 8. 4:57 left. Cookus, you can tell he is hurting. He is hurting. It's actually a very strategic drop there by Williams. Yeah, I would agree with that for least hated champs. I'd agree with that. 3rd and 8. Five seconds on the play clock. Got to get this off. 2, 1. Cookus gets it off. They rush 4. Steps up to the pocket. He's going to run it himself. Cookus at the 10. Cookus! Short of the first down at the 6-yard line. 4th and 1. You got to love the toughness by Cookus, though. Been taking a beating on this drive. He's still in. He's still running. He's still taking shots. He doesn't care. They're 1 yard short. Brought down there by Paris Ford. 4th and 1. Got to get this first down here. 4 wide. Running back in the backfield. Cook is going to keep it himself. Throws. What a play. Touchdown, DeAndre Overton. Saying this one is not over. What a throw by Cookus. As he was going to the ground. He is in pain. He has given it his all. He is in pain. That might be it for him. What a valiant effort by Case Cookus. Oh my goodness. Cookus single-handedly willed his team on that drive. Went down about 7 or 8 times. DeAndre Overton with the touchdown grab. This was a 37-16 game at one point. Cookus is limping, but he's trying his best to jog off the field. A valiant effort by Cookus. This is just admirable to watch. Played the RPO perfectly, too. That was a great play by Colin Hill, reading the RPO. It brought Cookus to the ground. Just delivered a perfect strike. A perfect strike. Javon Askew Henry in coverage. DeAndre Overton, again, saying this one is not over. Extra point to make it a 7-point game. Yeah, I am getting Byron Leftwich vibes. I am getting that. Limp the team off the field, I am getting that. Obviously, Cookus is more mobile than Leftwich, but I am getting those vibes. That's a very good comparison. Cookus still limping on the sideline just a bit. 4:19 left. Kick is up by Aguilar. Of course it's good. Wouldn't expect anything less from him. Cookus going into the blue tent. This has been one of the best games of the season. After 3 duds, we have truly been like Vanessa Williams and saved the best for last. 37-30. The over has hit by a ton. Over was like 42.5. We have hit that by a lot. Jersey gained the ball after 14 unanswered. I enjoy your announcing a lot. Nice emotion better than Troy that robot. Thank you so much. Look, I love Troy Aikman. But I love providing emotion. At the end of the day, it's football. It's fun. And it's a lot easier to provide emotion when you have nothing riding on the game. Like, I don't have a favorite team. I just love watching. So, that's why Jaguar games I won't do, because it would just not be a good stream. Worst Sunbelt team this past season. Just watching home run here, potentially. Oh, home run robbery! Oh, if you're watching on a second round with ESPN, home run robbery in left field by the Yankees. Home run robbery. The worst team in the Sunbelt this past season? I was shocked by how bad Old Dominion was. I did not see that coming. I was shocked by how bad Old Dominion was. Kickoff. Fielded at the 10. So the 20. Eccles Looper goes down at the 20. Ball comes out at the end. I think he was down. I think the ground caused the fumble. Cameron Eccles Looper lost control at the very end. Nothing doing on that kickoff return. Jersey going to be pinned to their own 20-yard line to start off. From everything I could tell, on first glance, the ground caused the fumble. And yeah, it did. It did. Sounded close. Cookus cared more about that drive than Zach Wilson cared about all season. He cared about that drive than most quarterbacks. You can tell. You can really tell Cookus wants it. He's a warrior. He's a warrior. Flag on that play. Holding. On the Generals. So back him up even more. Back him up another 10 yards. The Generals starting on their own 10-yard line. Again, this was a 37-16 game. Case Cookus has willed his team back from the dead. And now a big drive coming up again. Jersey needs to win or else their season is done. Philly with a win gets the North on lockdown. The championship game is played in Cannon. I mean, it's played in Cannon no matter what. The North Division is playing Cannon no matter what. But it would be the home team. First and 10 at the 10. Handoff goes to Victor. Victor, nothing doing. Although nice second effort to the 13-yard line. You say based on the schedule, it's bad. It's the same teams. It's the same teams every year. Every week. I think once we get to August and we have flex scheduling. Oh, not that wait, I don't like playing Sunday baseball games. I don't like playing that because I like playing the afternoon games. Like just get it out of the way and then have the rest of Sunday to do anything you want. On top of that, you don't have to listen to ESPN's crew. $20 from Weather Chart. Holy cow! Thank you so much for that. Well, this is the last. All right, let me get your name in there and I'll read your comment. Second 7, play action, miscommunication. Johnson loses his helmet. Loss of 5. 3rd and 12. Thank you so much for that Weather Chart. Thank you. Thank you for being there for all the streams. With a $20 donation. Last stream with the couch in this setup. It is bittersweet, but I know you are excited for your studio. Could not have asked for better to end it with. Show off the studio when it said, oh, I will. I'm going to put out a video when the studio is done, showcasing everything. I'm telling you, this is going to be worth your wait. This is going to be worth the wait. It's going to be worth all the hype. 3:11 left. And Johnson, because he lost his helmet, has to come off for a play, I think. Unless the Generals call a timeout here. I think he has to. I think they do call a timeout so he can come back in. Oh, no, the Stars call a timeout. Wait, really? Why'd the Stars call a timeout? I mean, I get that you want to stop the clock, but doesn't Johnson now get to come back in? Johnson, I don't think Johnson would have been allowed to play that play if the Stars didn't call timeout. I think the rule is that you lose your helmet, you have to come out for a play. I think that's the rule. 3rd and 12. 3:11. 3 wide. Now it's 4 wide as the motion Eccles loop around the backfield. Here we go. Looks like they're rushing 4. Johnson steps up in the pocket. And he's down to the 13-yard line. So the Generals will have to punt this one away. The Generals are choking this one away right now. 2:55 left. And Philly, can Case Cookus pull off a miracle? He is sore. He is full of pain. This is how he feels, but he is not ashamed. As the Stars will get this ball back with about 2.5 minutes left. Which game ends first? This is Red Sox Yankees? Probably Red Sox Yankees. The Stars burn their final timeout. 2:53 left. As the Generals and Brock Miller will have to punt this one away. Oh, Luis Arias is at 397. Oh. Colt. Demoted to AAA. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. Demote him to AAA. Any guy hitting below the double Mendoza line is worthless in my mind. Do Stars go for 2 if they score? I think so. I think so. They have all the momentum. Corey Coleman is back to return. I think there's just some structural issues with the roof at Miller Park or whatever it's called. America Family Field, whatever it is. AFI Field. Corey Coleman having a phenomenal game so far on offense and on special teams. Can he give him a spark here? 4th and 6. The pump by Miller. Coleman. Let this one bounce at the 41. Goes out of bounds at around the 40-yard line. With Saskatchewan, Edmonton has not won a home game since 2019. That does not seem possible. Because obviously there was no football in 2020. But they didn't... 2021, 2022, they didn't win a single home game? That sounds insane. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. New Jersey playing with the Washington Generals right now. What a comeback this would be. Jersey led by 21 points with 12 minutes left. Case Cookus is back in. Hobbled and all. He's backed in. He's backed in. They rush 4. Cookus fires. Toward the sideline. It's caught by Coleman. Down to the 46. Gain of 4 on the play. 2nd and 6. The Stars have no timeouts, but time should not be an issue here. They do have the 2-minute warning in their back pocket. One of the best games of the year. I feel like I can pull this off. We'll see. Cookus, 3 touchdown passes. He'll be looking for a 4th on this drive. 2nd and 6. Out route is caught. Second effort gets the first down. Second effort gets the first down. Terry Wright. Having another great game. Out of bounds. At the 45-yard line. Clock is stopped. 2:20 left. Jersey needs this win. to keep their season alive. Their playoff hopes are slowly dwindling away against all odds. Against all odds, take a look at them now, because right now, there is just a 21-point lead that's in danger of falling by the wayside. I'm sure that's what Phil Collins had in mind when he wrote that song. Yeah, if Case Cookus leads this drive, honestly, Cookus leads this drive, I'm signing him to an NFL contract. Just because of his toughness and his attitude and what he can bring to a quarterback room. Like, this is quite the display. Cookus has no business being out there, and he's just willing his way to victory. First 10, 44. Ball is caught. Broken tackle to the 40, 35, 30, 25, down the 20-yard line. Awful tackling, and Devin Gray with a touch of Gray down to the 24, or gain of 24 rather. First down, 2-minute warning. That should have been a gain of 2. Instead, it turns into a gain of 24 yards. Terrible tackling there. It's been the kryptonite for the Generals this entire fourth quarter. Mike Bell couldn't wrap up Gray. And this is now a dire situation. 37-30. If you turn this one off, get back to your TVs, because this is the game of the year. As we're at the 2-minute warning. What a way to close out the USFL regular season streams with the studio. Or with this setup. Again, you're going to see the brand new studio for the next time we stream the USFL when we do the playoffs and the championship. Definitely the championship. We'll see about the playoffs, but definitely the championship. This is a fun time. The Yankees, it's 0-2 count right now. 2 outs. Runner on third. Here comes the pitch. Foul down the first base line. How's this game compared to the Kelly Young match? Oh, I mean, look, the Kelly Young match was something else. But this game, I mean, if Cookus leads the comeback, we're talking about this game forever. If Cookus leads the comeback, with everything he's gone through today, it's up there. It's up there. The 0-2 pitch. Outside curve, but swing and a miss, 93 miles an hour, and the Sox take the game 3-2. I did say Sox was going to end before, and it did. If you missed this, shame on you for 6 weeks. This game is nuts. All right, what other game should I put on? What other game should I put on? Stanford, Texas? Let's go Stanford, Texas. Have that on the other monitor for the time being. Texas is tied up at 1 o'clock in the Super Regional. Philadelphia Stars showing more heart than the Sixers, Phillies, and Flyers specimens. Yeah, I mean, what Case Cookus is doing embodies the spirit of Philadelphia. I'm telling you, if this is why I wish that teams play in their own cities. If Case Cookus, if the Stars played in Philly, he would be a hero right now. He would be universally loved. He would be embraced by that city. He would be embraced by that city. Here we go. 37-30. First and 10 at the 20-yard line, following the 24-yard gain by Devin Gray. Philly can clinch the number 1 seed. New Jersey in danger of missing the playoffs. Here we go. First and 10 at the 19. Oh, they would not blame Cookus if he lost this game. After 3 touchdown passes and willing a team like that, they would not blame Cookus. First and 10. They rush 4. Cookus has time. Fires. Back of the end zone. Incomplete pass. Intended target play was DeAndre Overton. Over his head. Double coverage. Second and 10. Obviously 4-down territory here. They have no timeouts. Gotta score. And the question, obviously, if you score, do you go for 2? $154 left. Time is not an issue in the slightest bit. And also have all the wild cards. No, Rangers or Astros. Whoever loses that division, they're getting 1. They're getting 1. Second 10 to 19. They rush 4. Cookus looks one way. Now fires incomplete. Intended target Corey Coleman. Just had to get rid of it before the sack. Cook is looking for a flag, looking for a face mask. Not going to get it. 3rd and 10. Yeah, I hate the structure. I hate the fact that it's top 2 teams in each division versus top team in each and then wild cards. I hate that. Same thing as the XFL. Same exact thing as the XFL. Oh, it's the inverse, actually. In the XFL, a good North team missed the playoffs. 4-16 made in the South. And this year, it's the inverse in the USFL. You might see a 3-17 team make it, too. You might even see that. 3rd and 10. Cookus. They rush 4. Fires over the middle. That is almost intercepted. Oh, it should have been picked off there. But ran into his own guy, DJ Daniel. Some friendly fire there. 4th and 10. This is the game. Almost picked off. Looking over the middle. I think it would have been picked off if he didn't run into his own guy. It was Chris Orr, who's been all over the place today. Friendly fire on DJ Daniel. Otherwise, that's a pick. Yeah, Luis Perez leading the Renegades to the championship. Here we go. 4th and 10. We'll see if Jersey wants to call a timeout just to get things situated defensively. Or I think they did. That's what they did. They have 2 timeouts left. Or maybe they called a timeout earlier. Either way, 4th and 10. Here we go. For the season for the Generals. For the game for the Stars. They motion Williams out wide. Empty backfield. False start. Back him up another 5. And now the Stars really have their work cut out for them. 1:43 left. Obviously, if the Stars don't get this, the Generals can just take a knee. Fourth and 15. If we want to make, I mean, Jersey is 2-6. They win. They're 3-6. Michigan and Pittsburgh are 3-6. What? They're kicking? They're kicking the field goal. Why are you kicking the field goal? I know you get the 4th and 12, but you're telling me you're on. So your odds of converting 4th and 15 are... Okay, so let me get this straight. Your odds of converting 4th and 15, according to the coaching staff, are worse than your odds of getting the field goal, converting a 4th and 12, and then driving down the field. The extra 3 yards made that much of a difference. Are you kidding me? That is the dumbest thing I've seen all season. Why are they kicking the field goal? 4th and 15 or field goal, 4th and 12, and then drive 70 yards down the field with no timeouts? Are you actually kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? Bart Andrus, head coach, with the dumbest thing I've seen all season. I am in awe. I am genuinely in awe. 4th and 12 at the 33. Even if you get this, you have to drive 55 yards down the field with no timeouts, which is not easy. 4th and 12, 4th and 15, what's the difference? What's the difference between 4th and 12 and 4th and 15? What is the point of this? All right. Well, they're going for it. They got to. 5 wide. This is insane. 4th and 12. Cookus fires incomplete pass over the middle, but there is PI. There is PI. Terry Wright goes down. Philly actually is going to get a break. I don't believe this. Your opinion on JM's fee for the break. Thank you for the donation. UPF Sonic with a $2. I think it's good. I think it's a good receiver. I think it's a good receiver. Is he the best in the league? Not even close, but I mean, I think Orr Coleman's the best receiver in the league, but I like him. Philly will retain possession. I still don't agree with that at all. I don't agree with that at all. 4th and 15, 4th and 12, there's no difference. The only difference is that you get at the 10-yard line versus now you have to drive down to the 45. The Generals are collapsing. 1st and 10 at the 45, 1:39 left. This game has had everything, folks. Cookus. He's going to go down. He loses the ball. Offensive lineman picks it up down the 38-yard line. Khalil Keith picks up the fumble. Loss of 7. They might have enough time to try against field goal range and try another 4th and 12. Can you imagine? Oh, but this is why, because now time is actually an issue. Now time is actually an issue. 2nd and 16, empty backfield. Cookus fires. Overton to the sideline. Can he get out of bounds? He does, to the 47-yard line. So he gets some of that yardage back. 3rd and 8. It's funny because Overton stepped out of bounds going backwards, or laterally. He did not go out of bounds forwards, so you could make the argument that the clock should be running here. And he did not go out of bounds. Either way, 3rd and 8, ball at the 47-yard line. This game is nuts. This game is certifiably nuts. I don't even know what I'm watching right now. Here we go, 3rd and 8. 6 seconds on the play clock. 4 wide, Williams in the backfield. 3 seconds on the play clock. They get off. Jersey rushes 4. Cookus fires. Actually, probably better than he dropped it. Incomplete pass intended for Williams. 4th and 6. You know, it would be a 70-yard field goal from here. You can try it. 70-yard kick and then you get a 4th and 12. Come on, what are we doing here? Dumb decisions? Oh, this is absolutely a dumb decisions. This is insane. I don't do videos on XFL years ago, but this is insane. This is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen in my life. I don't get why on earth, even if this works. Here we go, 4th and 8. They got the snap off with 1 second. Cookus loses the ball, strip sack. That's all she wrote, folks. Jersey keeps their season alive. Strip sack by Hercules Matafa. 0 to hero, Hercules. And that's the ball game. Jersey survives. Oh my goodness. I don't know what we just watched. I don't know what we just watched. That was... And that's why, again, if you go for on 4th and 15, you get it. Now you have 1st and goal. Versus 4th and 12, even if you get it, you have to drive 55 yards down the field. There's no difference between 4th and 12 and 4th and 15. But the Generals, their 5-game losing streak is over, and they are right in the thick of things for the playoff hunt. 3 and 6, along with Pittsburgh and Michigan. Philly still leads the division at 4 and 5. They still look all right, but... Oh my goodness. Oh, this happens on an NFL stream. Oh god. In front of like thousands of people maybe? Oh god. I'm genuinely speechless. I'm genuinely speechless. I am genuinely speechless. He saw your Jets field goal decision video with bro. That's a genius idea. Oh, if I was a Stars fan, I'd be livid at that. I would be livid at that. That is the dumbest thing I have ever seen. That is, brain dead. Brain dead. That's the only way to put it. Brain dead. So we have 2 winning games next week. 2 winning games next week. Oh my goodness. For Philly to lose it like that. To lose it because your coach kicked a field goal down by 7 points with a minute left. It is... Oh my goodness. That is straight out of the school of Nathaniel Hackett. I might have to make an exception. That is great. Oh, no, it's not no JG9. We're doing the playoffs. We're just not doing week 10. We're doing the playoffs. We're doing the playoffs. We're just not doing, we're not doing week 10 because I'm moving out. So, we are doing the playoffs. Definitely the championship. And we'll do like some Q&A streams in the new studio as well. Yeah, I might have to make an exception. I mean, for Case Cook, I just feel bad for Cookus to do all of that. To basically play with a broken body. Will your team to victory. Give your team a shot against all odds, and your coach decides to kick a field goal down by 7. I have no respect for him after that. That was... If anyone has that... I mean, you can probably clip it afterwards, because all these streams are archived. If anyone has that, I mean... I am without words. I am without words on that one. That was the dumbest way to end a phenomenal game I have ever seen. Alright. Again, this is the last time you're seeing the studio. Yeah, that might be the ultimate... That's up there with one of the ultimate dumb decisions. If that was an NFL game, oh, for sure. For sure. So just a reminder, this is the last time in this studio. Last time. This is it. The next time we're on stream... We're doing trivia. We're doing trivia, but there's no camera for that one. There's no camera for that one. Because my laptop would crash. But here's the thing. The next stream on YouTube will be a brand new studio. Oh, he'd be fired instantly. If you're not Belichick or Tomlin, yeah, you'd be fired instantly. Did Joe Walton call that field goal? He might have. He might have, honestly. I think about half the coaches in the league would have been fired on the spot if he did that. Like Arthur Smith, Dennis Allen, Josh McDaniels, they'll be fired if they did that on the spot. Yeah, Lions ring on the putter with 14 seconds left is still the worst. Yeah, I'll keep you posted in the community. But I'll tour the studio when it comes in T-minus, I think, 10 days or so. Rest in peace, Couch on Camera. Here's the thing. The next time we are live on stream, we will be doing this in a brand new studio. And I think you guys are going to love it. I'm going to love it. You're going to love it. We're all going to love it. And I'll tour the new studio. I promise you. I absolutely promise you. When it's done, hopefully 2 weeks from now, I'll do a live tour. Not a live tour, but I'll do a video, and then we'll do a Q&A. I promise you. You guys are going to love it. You're going to absolutely love it. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for a fun... Yeah, quick question. Yeah, let me know. Thank you guys for a fun regular season for the USFL. You know, we didn't get to do all the games I wanted to, but we did a lot of them. It's been a fun season. XFL, we did a lot of games. The grind does not stop on this channel. And again, we are doing the playoffs. We are doing the playoffs. We're just not doing week 10. We are doing the playoffs. We are doing the playoffs. Definitely a championship. I think we're going to do both of the games. What's the rule for the starts getting the ball back after the field goal? You can try an onside kick, or you can try a 4th and 12. That's why. You can try a 4th and 12. Which is why it makes no sense. There's no difference between 4th and 12 and 4th and 15, really. You got to go deep. You got to go past the 6. But thank you guys for a great stream. Thank you guys for a great regular season. I'll see you guys next time in a brand new studio.